had to unmute myself first.
I forgot how big I am on the just chatting screen.
Hi.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. Hello, hello. It's your favorite vampires here in the castle. What up?
Yo, it's good.
There's I, your vampire queen, Velvet. I have returned, and I'm here with the guildmaster himself, Jellal, and we're back to Split Fiction, episode 4, I believe. I calculated we've done 3 episodes so far.
We've done 3? I thought we've done 4.
No, we did 3. I have 3 VODs for it, so 3.
Was there a week where we only did it once?
I believe so, or a week that we just last week we didn't do it at all.
Oh, I know that. I think the one time we did it, because I know we
was
were
the day
doing
it launched.
The day it launched, yeah, exactly.
We did it once. But yeah, hello. Hope you guys had a good weekend. Welcome, welcome. Jellal, congrats on redeeming first, and Jellal is here.
Yeah, Velvet, congrats on first and Velvet redeem.
Thank you. Colorblind, hello, hello, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Gasser, and congrats on redeeming second, and thank you for checking into the castle. I have a game open in the background, and I think I'm still a little slow. A little laggy, but it's okay. I think she'll clear up in a minute.
Colorblind, hello. How are you? Gashrin, what's good, brother? Kitten, hello.
Hi, Kitten. Welcome, welcome. Jella. Hello, Jella.
No, Jella. Jella's like the only nickname I hate. Because it started up because of Isaac and Apollo, especially Isaac. And they were just like, they found out I didn't like it, so they kept calling me that. I just don't. Everything else is fine. Jello, Jelly, I don't care. But like Jella, I hate that shit.
I think it's just often a typo. Because, I don't know, I think it's the L gets not typed. Oh, it's okay, Kitten. It's okay. Kitten did a little autocorrect with an asterisk afterward. I'm doing good. We have an exciting week ahead, if I may speak briefly before we jump into today's activities. We are continuing a Split Fiction today and tomorrow. I don't know if we'll finish it this week. I don't really know how long the game is. And then on Thursday, for me at least, we'll be celebrating my affiliate anniversary. Yay! And I have a surprise or two that I'm excited to finally share with everybody on Thursday. So, tune in, hopefully. Hint, hint, cough, cough. Q! Hi, Q! I love you. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well.
Hi, Q.
Your name on Discord for me is Jellal. Jello. That's your name on Discord for Q. Nice model, Vel.
Wait.
Thank you, Colorblind.
Where is this message? I don't see.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Colorblind. My current main game reminds me of my ex and I'm burnt out of that game. Well, I hope you find a new game that you get really sucked into and you can enjoy. The gang is all here. Indeed.
Colorblind, what game is that?
There's a gang. I love you both. Hello. I hope you're doing well. Jellal is super cool. I agree. Bella is cool and Bella is
cool.
beautiful.
Bella's beautiful. Perfect match.
I
agree with that
I'm a
statement.
girl. I don't know. I'm just a girl.
Escape from Tarkov? Oh, you don't need to play that shitty game anyway.
Guys.
Come play Apex with me. I've never played Escape from Tarkov, but I know that it's got a pretty dedicated fan base. I've never played it. I also heard it's very toxic.
Okay, wait, I gotta say something. I gotta say one more thing real quick before we jump into games, because Q is here. And I just wanted to say that I got the most coolest package from Q herself. It was finally the custom velvet bat that she made for me. A velvet bat plushie. That's a hard word to say. Done in conjunction with Gastron as well, and she sent me a couple other little bats as a surprise. I actually want to do maybe a little hand cam stream in the next couple weeks to show you guys because they're so cute. I just have to paint my nails first. My nails haven't been painted in a very long time and I'm a little self-conscious, so I have to get a manicure first.
Stream?
I don't know if I have the energy for all that because I kind of just want to. I'm not gonna lie, what?
Oh, those were great streams. I like those streams.
Really? I don't know. I kind of just want to pop on some press-ons and call it a day, though. So we'll see. But I wanted to show you guys in person because they're amazing. She's amazing. I know I was watching her stream. I think when she talked about it a little bit, and the lace on the velvet bat. I think if I understood correctly, she like dyed red, you know, to fit my vibe, and everything is just so soft, and I cry. They're up on my desk now. It's actually, I think it's really cute because I kind of have like a bat plushie from every year of streaming now, and I get to keep them all on my desk, and it's a very special reminder of you guys, so I really appreciate it. Let me catch up here, I'm sorry. I just want to say Q is amazingly talented, and I can't wait to show you guys the bats. Char, thank you for checking into the castle. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good day. Velvet is queen. Thank you, Gastron. I appreciate it. You were waging a war. I hope you won. It's okay. Stop, it's nothing special. No, Q is so talented. Don't listen to her otherwise. She's so amazingly talented. She's done a lot of other cool custom plushies as well. So, she's very talented. It was all Gastron's smartness. Yeah, but you did it as a labor of love as well.
So, Gastron, who are you fucking up in Civ 7? I saw you on.
I gave the idea, but it was all Q's hard work. Well, she did amazing.
You know, speaking of Civ 7, when is Q Kuro gonna get on and play with me?
Yeah!
Day 5 of asking Q Kuro to play.
That's so funny. I need to paint my nails too. You should. I love painting my nails. I just kind of haven't. I was kind of letting them breathe for a while because I had done a bunch of sets like back to back. But I'm dying to do them again. I'm really happy you liked it. I love it. It's so special. It's so cute. My nails have been empty for a while too. You and I really want to make something special for you. Well, I'm honored. Thank you guys so much. I love them. I love them. I'm dubbing the two little baby bats that Q also sent a Jellal and velvet bat because there are colors. I did. It was originally white and I figured out that the beadwork on it could get ruined, so I had to take it all off and then put it back on. Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's insane. See, look at her attention to detail.
You should have made it pink.
No. Do you see any pink in this castle right now?
Velvet loves pink. Especially in Nikki, where every clothing item is pink or white.
No, I don't. I don't like pink.
And then she finally gets like a naturally black/red thing, and everyone online is like, why is it not pink?
I don't understand. I don't understand. The pink girlies need to sit this one out. This is my time. Listen, there's nothing wrong with pink. I'm not judging people that love pink, obviously.
I'm currently wearing a pink t-shirt.
It's just not for me. It's just not for me. Like you said...
like day 57.
Yeah, I was gonna read that.
Game hasn't been out for 57 days, actually.
Oh, Gastron was at war with Augustus and he was losing. What a cuck. Fucking get him.
Nice. Prove what, Jellal? That my shirt is pink?
Pink is your favorite color? Well, listen, I don't judge. I listen, I don't judge. I respect pink as a color. I do think it has a lot of good combinations. I just personally wouldn't wear it. Or use it.
I can prove it, but it's an old shirt and it has a hole right in the middle of the chest.
I put what I'm working on in art. Oh, okay, okay. So I'll wear more red. Yeah, he should.
I actually, all of my red t-shirts are from, so my college, the main color was like red, but like none of those shirts fit anymore. Because I actually have grown since college, ironically.
You know what that reminds me of?
What are you, Iron Man? What?
You know my disdain for the color blue. Not because I actually hate blue, but because I keep getting blue items in Infinity, Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Blue was my color in college. I just thought of it and I'm like, damn, I do have a lot of blue, unironically, because of that. It's come back to bite me.
I am Iron Man. And end of the Iron Man 1 movie. Or the end of Endgame. Where he's like, I am Iron Man. Snaps his fingers. Good moment. Good moment.
Wait, Gashrin, this is sick. What the fuck? Is this
What?
cross stitch? I've always see. I want to learn. I think I could do cross stitch. Cross stitch looks really cool, and perhaps something I could attempt. On like crocheting and like knitting looks really hard. This is sick.
I had to tilt my head though.
I know. Anybody that, if you're watching my stream, I hadn't said anything, but I went to look at it, and I immediately did the same thing, and my model's head tilted. I can't talk today. Blah 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 blah. No, it's okay. It's funny. Now you get a little behind the scenes. Now you know why I had tilted my head.
I tilt my head because I'm dumb.
No. Gashrin, you can't out him like that. It's a secret identity. Iron Man. The reactor is hot in his chest.
If I could just choose a Marvel hero to be, it wouldn't be Iron Man.
Oh shit, you're right. Wait, thank you for the head pats. Why didn't it do- wait, it's not doing the hold thing. Oopsies. Hold, please. I'll fix it. I made the design. It's so cool. I can't wait to see. You gotta show us the finished product. Fable and I have two different fave colors, and as an homage to him, I have a red choker on my character. Normally it would just be straight black. Oh, wait, that's sweet. Wait, I know how to fix this. Sneakily taught me how to fix this.
So, I actually have like a few colors. I don't really have like a favorite color. I just have colors I really like and colors I really don't. But if I had to say what my favorite color is, it's blue.
I mean, I like blue, typically.
But I also... Blue is up there, probably number one. I like black and red a lot. I think if I were to ever do like another color like rework, I would do like a dark blue and black. And I don't mean dark blue as in like navy. I mean like a deep blue and black. But I have also played around with the idea of dropping the vampire and going more elf and going green and black. I don't know. I like my design a lot, and I'm not doing like a whole redesign like I went from the Lord of Vampires to the Guildmaster, but I'm looking at some ideas. I will mostly stay the same. Will just be a color scheme change. Jaw, big fat head broke, and Velv can't hold. Oh no.
Yeah, my redeem's not working. None of my mixed up redeems are working. Oopsies, I fixed it. Hold on. It's a lot of counting colors in rows. I was doing a Howl's Moving Castle one for a long time. I love Howl's Moving Castle. I would like to try a cross stitch one day. More power to you. It is broken. I'm trying to fix it. Sorry.
Dear Marie,
I like most colors, but mostly not yellow. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of yellow either, to be quite honest.
I fucking hate yellow. Yellow is
like,
so ugly.
Yeah, it really depends.
Which is crazy because I'm a big fan of gold, but gold and yellow are not the same.
Electric blue is my ultimate fave. I like electric blue, it's a sick color.
The fuck is electric blue?
Like a really,
Hang on, don't tell me.
Okay.
Electric blue. If I could spell.
Bella's
Blue does not have
angry.
an N
Yeah,
in it.
because why is this broken? Don't drop the vamp
Why
idea,
did- wait.
JK.
Why did my Google search take me to Yahoo? What? Hello?
Damn, Google said, I don't know. Figure it out
Fucking-
elsewhere. If I had a design, it would be purple and green with black, I think. Ooh. Well, I do love purple and black, and I know somebody who really likes green.
I do like green. Electric blue. Oh, okay, it's a light blue.
As a yellow sun.
It's not yellow, it's gold. It's gold.
Lemon! Hi, Lemon! Thank you for checking into the castle! I hope you're having a good
Oh my
day.
god. Shout out Lemon because she just told me about this new Pokemon. Apparently there's a Pokemon MMO game that was like made by fans. So I downloaded it.
Ooh, wait, that sounds sick.
Yeah, but it's only got the 5 original, like, generations 1 through 5. It doesn't have any of the newer ones.
My sister made me 3 Ghibli film characters, Calcifer, Mononoke, and Forest Spirit from Totoro. The best. Iconic movies, oh my god. Green is for Xbox. Yeah, it is. Calcifer
right.
is best. I have a Calcifer t-shirt that says, "May all your bacon burn."
You know, so Velvet and I have watched quite a bit of the Ghibli movies at this point. And
My redeem's broken.
I've liked all of them, but one of them I was really disappointed by. And it's the one that I really just wanted to I was like, I want to see this for like months, and then we finally watched it and it was like not very good. It was actually pretty bad.
I'll be lurking since I don't want to see spoilers for this game. No worries, Lemon! Thank you for the lurk!
Bye, Lemon.
It's basically like blue, just a bit brighter. It's a good color. Neon pink and neon green are my go-to color combinations. I like neon shades. Pretty sick. Yes, I would love to see pictures. Grave of Fireflies is saddest. I've heard. I've been avoiding that one like the plague. Hi, Salvi! What's up, brother? No,
What's up, brother?
yeah, I didn't do it the way you guys do it.
Tuesday.
Okay, I was able to do the redeem through Mix It Up. Let me see if I can do it through Twitch redeems.
What's up, brother?
Like, I think Twitch channel point redeems are just broken.
Yeah, they tend to do that sometimes.
Because, I did it through Mix It Up and it did it, but now I'm like clicked in on it. So, I'm sorry if anybody's redeemed anything. I'll just refund you points by the end of the stream, because it seems maybe it's a Twitch issue for today. Because I've done all the things that I normally would do to fix it, and it's not broken. Because if you saw, like, if I go do a test command and Mix It Up, boom, look, there goes my head pat. But Twitch itself, when you click on the channel redeem, it's not doing it. So I'm sorry.
Twitch was broken earlier today. I guess it's a good thing I didn't stream earlier then.
Damn. Lurkbait was also broken for you? Fuck. I did read something from another content creator, and she was doing like a PSA that Twitch might have been changing their API or something, or doing an update, so redeems might be... I think that has to do with redeems, so maybe that's why they're broken. Or not broken, but maybe they're down for like a day or two. So yeah, because I've done everything. Done everything on my end to fix that, and it normally would fix, and it's not, so it's a Twitch thing, we're gonna say.
Gosh, I'm thanking for the hydrate.
We're gonna blame Twitch.
Yo, I keep seeing all these people playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I'm like, damn, that game looks actually pretty fucking fire.
And you just then thank you. Thank you for the head pets.
And I'm coming.
Should I refund? I'll redeem. Oh yes, thank you, Solvi. Thank you for doing that.
Dear Maria,
that happened to me too. I'm sorry, man. Hopefully Twitch gets its shit together. Well, for today, no redeems. I mean, you can still redeem like posture check and stuff. That's like, we just won't get like the hold this or the head pats or the approval ones because that's also through Mix It Up. Wait, I wonder if a sound alert works. Let me see.
All my fellas. All my fellas.
Wait, can we hear that?
All my fellas.
Cause I can hear it.
All my fellas.
You can? Okay, so it's...
you can.
You know what? It seems to just be my redeems that I have set up through Mix It Up. So...
Lemon, if I download Pokemon MMO, you gotta play with me.
I'll have to see about fixing that.
We can make it a collab.
Sorry,
I will?
guys.
You better.
Thank you for the hydrate.
Oh yeah, Gashrin got new speakers for his PC.
Congrats! I low-key... I've always wanted speakers because sometimes I'm just tired of wearing a headset. Like if I'm just
Wearing a
gaming.
headset, yeah. I just don't have room on my desk.
Yeah, neither do I. Neither do I. That is the issue.
What if I strapped them to the roof and it's like surround sound?
I mean, I guess that's an option.
I could just reach up and smack it. No, I can't do that because Peppermint's gonna reach up there and smack it.
Refunds
about
complete, and I will watch for any
MMO.
further redeems. Thank you, Solvi! Shout out, Solvi. Sorry, go ahead.
Experience gain is a bit slower, but that and shiny odds are like the two biggest negatives. But it's still a lot of fun. I did watch a YouTube video on it earlier, Lemon, and it was like, it's basically the original 5 games, but they're made in a way where it's like a bit grindier. But it's more rewarding, and I'm fine with that. I just wanna, like, cause if Pokemon MMO is like, oh hey, like you can go and play the 5 original Pokemon games, a little bit more difficult, and with your friends, sign me up. It's also free. I'm gonna get Velvet to download that shit.
Oh boy. I'd try it if it's free. I mean, I can't really argue with free.
You get to experience the first 5 Pokemon games on your PC, all for free. Listen, chat. I'm trying so hard to get her to like Pokemon, and the other day she posted on Twitter that she wants to get into a TCG game, and I was like, oh my god, I just happened to I just got into one, and she was like, man, I don't want to play that one, and I was like, okay, I'm brokenhearted now. That's fine.
No, but I mean, when I said that though, I kind of low-key already had Magic in mind because I've been talking about Magic for several months. I like I'm not saying I don't like Pokemon though, but I don't like the idea of playing Pokemon in a card game version. I'd rather just play one of the games, cause like...
That's how it all started,
I
was
like...
the cards.
I know, I understand that, but I like going out and catching them. Like, we did play... What was the one we played?
Gotta catch 'em all.
We played,
Hello, Kimichi.
We played,
20 streak. Good
We
God,
played a
thank
game.
you so much.
One
We
of them
played
was
Scarlet and Violet.
that one. Okay, we played that one, and I enjoyed going out and just collecting them. We never finished the
Yeah.
story, but I liked, you know, hunting down Pokemon.
Now, remind me, were we actually like in the same world as each other in Scarlet Violet, or no? We were just
Yes.
playing together. Were we?
Well, I mean,
I don't think we could see each other in the open world.
God, I don't remember. I thought we were.
Yeah, that was back when we first started dating.
I remember that
So
I
it's been-
played without audio because I didn't have a capture card at the time, so and
Yeah,
and I had
that's
one
right.
monitor. I had one monitor and no capture card. So what I did was project my game to my my one monitor, but then I also had like Discord on my phone and used my headphones with my phone to like hear you in the call. So I played the game without sound.
Yeah, I really enjoyed doing that with you.
The things you do for love.
That is one of like the major highlights for me so far in our relationship was playing Pokemon again. Like Pokemon holds such a special place in my heart, and the fact that I'm even like back on my Pokemon grind has actually made me so unbelievably just happy. I'm 26 years old and I'm like having a blast playing a virtual card game and playing like the old Pokemon games and watching the Pokemon. I'm literally just Pokemon obsessed currently, and I'm having a great fucking time. And I want to stream Pokemon games, but
yeah,
it's really
Sharon,
tricky
thank you so much for the bids. Thank you.
I don't want to say it out loud on Twitch, but like, let's just say I don't have the technology to make it.
Wait, I gotta catch up on some things here. Yasherin, huge shout out. Thank you for the bits. I appreciate it. I'm not a professional, but I did what I could with the technology that I had at the time. I wanted to play the game with him. And I don't know, I rigged it somehow. I don't even remember how I had my headphones listening to you in Discord on my phone. I think I had different headphones at the time. I don't know. You sound extra beautiful because of my new speakers. Oh wait, I read that, but also thank you. It has so much bass. Sick. Do you still play any shooters? I mean, I'm still always gonna love Fortnite. I have been on a bit of an extended break just because, let's be honest, Infinity Nikki has me in a chokehold. And honestly, I wasn't like super invested in the last couple of seasons and themes. But Fortnite is still got a place in my heart, and I still, like, if I'm gonna be in the mood for a shooter, I'm gonna play Fortnite. Not really anything else, though. Well, and I also dabbled in Marvel Rivals, but I don't know if you would consider that a shooter, but I'm always down to play that with friends as well. Gashrin said I caught up on solo leveling, and I'm sad that I have to wait.
Oh my god, dude, it's so fucking good. It, like... You know, can I say something real quick? I introduced Velvet to solo leveling a couple weeks ago.
Oh boy.
And Velvet's like, I can't... She's like, it's not bad, I just can't wrap my head around how it's like modern day with like the fantasy element of like the dungeons. And then a few days later, I was thinking about it, and I was like, I mean, solo leveling is just Sailor Moon, but with a boy skin on it.
No. I would actually compare it to a different show, and I'm gonna bring the show up again probably the 5th time in the last couple of weeks because, guys, I keep dropping fat hints that I want to watch the show with him, and one of these days we'll watch it, but I think solo leveling reminds me more of Madoka. Because Madoka had the concept of like they're in the real world and then you have the witch's labyrinth that popped up and they had to enter them and fight a witch. And you know, there was danger in that, just like in solo leveling, the dungeons that pop up and they have to fight monsters, that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm okay. I haven't seen Madoka, so I don't know what it's about, but that's it's like solo leveling is just
You'll
Madoka
see
with
the
for the boys.
well, I mean, everybody can enjoy either of them, honestly, though. Like, solo
Right.
leveling is gender neutral, in my opinion, and sure, Madoka is definitely more of a feminine packaging, but I think that anybody could enjoy the story that's there.
I mean, is it in a feminine packaging? Because
I mean, magical girls.
Fucking brutal.
I mean, in the sense that it's magical girls, it's a bunch of middle school girls in their cute, pretty magical girl outfits, and so you see the cover art, and a guy's maybe not gonna jump in on watching that, but then if you explain to them there's more depth to the story than just floofy outfits and magical girl abilities, you know, it's
Right.
a good story for anybody. I really want to rewatch it because I have, honestly, it's been over a decade since I watched it, and Magia Exedra is the kind of mobile slash PC game that's about to come out in a couple weeks. I wanted to rewatch it before the game comes out Just to, I mean, I know the story, but just to refresh, you know? Even though I know the story for the game is going to be a little different because it's including characters from kind of like an alternate timeline that was like a previous mobile game, but I still would like to watch the OG as a refresh. It's only 12 episodes. I think that you should watch it with me. 12 episodes and a movie. The movie is optional, but like I recommend the movie. Magic is super good too, though. I would like to try Magic. I'm sorry, I'm a little behind now on chat messages.
So I can teach you. So fun fact, chat. You guys don't
Wait,
know
before
this
you
part
get
about
into
my
this,
life.
let me catch up on chat. I'm so sorry.
But you
The
can't. But
technology
I'm
to
talking
do
about
is
that
to
point.
some random person and hoping they don't destroy your system. Just do it my way. Oh my god, Q. Okay, the outfits though, yes. Infinity Nikki outfits have me in a chokehold. Marble Ribbles. The black ant fight was so fun. I don't think I saw that with you. We saw a spider fight.
No spoilers, no spoilers, please.
I wish
The black ant just happened.
I love Magic Girls. Me too. Magic Girls are the best. I agree. The Monocle game will come out soon. It technically comes out on the 27th, I think, on mobile, but they said PC was gonna be a little delayed. So I don't know how much delayed, but I'm dying to play it. We will try it on stream. Mark my words. Glitter Force was the shit. I've never seen Glitter Force, but I would like to.
I've never heard of Glitter Force.
I made all of the Monocle girls as a cosplay group one time. Wouldn't recommend. That sounds very difficult, actually. It was a lot, I see. Okay, go ahead on your magic bit.
Okay, so you guys don't know this. I don't even know if Velvet knows this. But about 5 years ago, no, this was 2018, so 7 years ago. Like 18, beginning of 19. I went semi-professional in Magic the Gathering.
Oh, you told me this.
I went to 3 tournaments. They were about a weekend long apiece. And in these tournaments, I finished 3rd, 4th, and 6th. And I even... I got a nickname I wasn't really all that happy about. It was called the Rookie, because I was beating these guys who had been doing Magic, like semi-pro Magic, for like, they were like 40 years old, and I was like 19. But I had to stop doing it because I mean it was just so much money, because you had to travel to these events, pay for a hotel room, pay for food. The events were like 12 to 15 hour days because there were like up to like 150 to 200 people there. It was like honestly really fun experience. But I can teach you Magic because I spent a large portion of my college life obsessed with Magic the Gathering. I got out of it because all my friends that I played with, I had a group of 4 friends. We usually would play Commander, which is a 4-player format. I had a group of 4 or 5 friends that we would meet together once or twice a week, and we would play. Even sometimes just do straight up sleepovers where we played Magic until like 3, 4 in the morning. But they all got married and moved away. And then I sold basically my entire collection outside of one deck. I have one deck that I just can't part ways with because it is like the culmination of my Magic journey. So I'll just always have it. But yeah, so like I have a very deep lore and history of Magic the Gathering.
That's sick.
So I can teach you.
I didn't know you were so famous as Gasherin. He was a pro.
Famous, okay. No, it wasn't. If I wanted to go pro, I had to continue. I had to go to like, I think I had to place. Basically, at these events, you get these points based on how well you do throughout the days, and you have to earn a certain amount of points throughout like the season to go pro. And I only went to 3 events because I just couldn't afford to keep going. I was a college student with no job.
So you said it's so expensive to do it. Most people get a sponsor, or they do like panels to get free badges and hotels. Yeah, it seems very expensive. One of the cons I
You know,
worked with would invite Magic the Gathering guests and give them free passes and access to the green room. Yo, that's sick.
wait, that's sick.
They've only ever played Magic with friends or at the local mall. That sounds like fun too, though. Like, I you know, envy that kind of experience of like, yeah, let's just gather at the mall and play like a cool card game, you know? I've never had that kind of thing.
I used to go. There was a. It's closed now because the guy who owned it ended up having cancer, and he's cured and he's good to go. But during his battle with cancer, he was unable to keep the shop open. But there we had a card store that was like in a pretty good location. That was like in the middle of all of us that we went to every week, and we played. I went sometimes on standard night, and standard is like, well, it's the standard format for Magic, you know, go figures. But Commander, I went to standard night every now and then. I got into Pioneer a little bit. I liked Pioneer a bit more than standard because standard, the way Magic works, Velvet, is that in the standard format, you can only use cards from the last 4 sets. So once a new set comes out, that the fourth set that is the oldest is now you can't use those cards anymore.
Okay.
So like,
When you say oldest, you mean like cards that were printed or something?
So like, a new set. Let's say a new set comes out every 3 months, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
You mean like cards?
Let's say,
like the physical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This set of cards. Once a set is now the 5th, like once it hit, like a new set comes out and it's no longer in the 4 newest sets, it's the 5th newest set, you can't use those cards anymore.
Okay.
So that was my biggest issue with standard, was because I spent
So
all
you're
this money.
telling me, yeah, like people have to continuously buy new decks because then the old one is just not usable?
Exactly.
That
Now,
seems like such a
that's
racket.
why, first of all, Pioneer is a little bit different, because Pioneer allows you to use any cards from like a certain set from like years ago. But I like Commander the most because, one, more people can play, the games are longer, more interesting. You have to worry about not just you and your opponent, but you, your opponent, your opponent, and your opponent, because there's 4 of you.
Mm-hmm.
And cards do not age in Commander. Like,
okay, that sounds
you can
better.
have cards. You can have cards from the original set in your deck.
Gash
But it's not a
Mash,
competitive format.
what kind of color decks did you like to do?
I most of the time, I was this. Oh God, I don't want to say.
Wait,
I'm a
why?
blue player. I'm a blue player.
Is that supposed to mean like something?
Just wait for chat to react. I'm a blue player.
There's an O. Oh God. what is that?
But like, listen, it's not what you think.
Wait,
it's not what
Solvin
you
said
think.
filthy blue player. What is this?
No, it's not what you guys think. All right, let me explain the colors real quick, Velvet.
Commander
There are
number
5
1 format, Solvin says, by the way.
Yeah, no, I fully agree.
Sag
there are 5
news.
colors in Magic.
Oh my God. Okay, the colors.
You have white, blue, black, red, green.
Okay.
Okay. Each of the colors typically specialize in 1 or 2 things. Green is ramp. And what ramp means is usually you can only play 1 land a turn, and land is like the energy for Pokemon. And you need that's your mana. You need your mana to cast spells, because that's what Magic is. You're casting spells. So you need, let's think of like a video game. You have your magic meter. The more spells you cast, or the spells that require more magic in your magic meter, your mana meter, to cast it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So green specializes in allowing you to play more of your mana faster.
Okay.
Which is called ramp. Red is just super aggro, super aggressive. You come out swinging fast and as hard as possible. Okay? Black is basically like death and exile.
Okay.
White is the holy version of black. So like black is like, I'm going to like destroy your creature or exile your creature or put like poison on them. I'm gonna use poison instead of the actual term, chat, so don't yell at me. And then white is like, in the name of angels and all that is holy, I'm gonna smite your shit. So white is just holy black.
Okay.
And then you have blue. And blue is a control. Meaning you could try, let's say you have 4 mana, you tap all 4 and you're gonna cast a spell. And as a blue player, I'm like, I really don't like that spell. I can use my mana right there on the spot to just counter your spell and it never happens.
I see.
It's a control deck.
So
it's dirty.
you were a stinker.
However, I did not play control in that way. I was much more of an artifact. Like, my favorite thing in Magic the Gathering is artifact and combos. I built a budget deck around, it was a mono blue artifact deck with Imri, Lurker of the Loch, which came out in what was that set called? It was the super fantasy set. God, this was years ago now. I don't remember, but I remember the commander's name was Imri, Lurker of the Loch, and the whole thing was tapping Imri to bring artifacts back from your graveyard. And I spent like $50 on this deck, and it was a deck that could win on like turn 3, which is fucking ridiculous in Commander, because Commander is a longer format. There's 4 players, everyone has 40 HP, and it's like it just takes a long time for those games. Sometimes 3-4 hours for those games to like get to an end. But I was I'm a combo heavy artifact enjoyer in Magic the Gathering.
Bathroom breaks? Do you get bathroom
Yeah, we
breaks?
would have bathroom. Yeah.
Gashwin said I was a black-red player and Solvi was white-black or white-black-red. Gashwin was a goth magic player. And Solvent says, I'm a big angel enjoyer. If it fits, but vampires and zombies were top 2 and 3, so they also fit the color.
Right. The thing about Magic is you have different
Wait, what
types
color
of
is
decks.
vampires? I'd rather be a vampire.
Vampire is red-black.
Ah, yes, as they should be.
Yeah. There's a really, really good commander for vampires, but the card, it's like the commander card by itself is like $60.
One card?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So here's the thing. You don't understand how expensive this shit can get. Girl, when I tell you I packed a mana crypt and flipped my shit, because that's a $200 card. I packed a mana crypt and was like, I was ascending. I was levitating.
Okay, well here's my next question.
Yes, Edgar Markov. That's what I'm talking about, guys.
Vampires are typically red-black, but recent sets added white support. Ah, well, I like red-black.
Wait, that's interesting. White support? And then you have colorless. But like when you look at Magic the Gathering, there are so many different ways or so many different things to build around. You have tribal, which means you could have like a deck that's built around vampires or goblins or angels or humans or merfolk or dinosaurs or like the list goes on. Then you have artifact decks, you have ramp decks, you have monocolored, duo colored, triple colored, quad colored, or 5-color, which the deck that I have that I cannot get rid of is a 5-color Planeswalker deck. I fucking love that deck. Planeswalker, by the way, are like your superheroes in the Magic universe or super villains.
Mm.
And I say all this to say this. I can absolutely teach you Magic the Gathering. It's very complicated.
Ouchies. Someone said Edgar got a reprint, so he's down to $25 to $30. Oh wow, how generous. How generous.
So my Planeswalker deck, I built it through trading, purchasing, and like personal trading, in-store trading, and purchasing. And the total value of the deck is about, or was, the cards sometimes like with reprints and stuff, it makes the value go down. When I built it, the value was $1,200.
How many cards are in the deck?
100. In Commander, you have 100 cards in your deck.
And you have to know what all 100 do?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I have a formula for building decks as well.
I saw one black deck that's too nostalgic for me. Nah, you should keep it if it's nostalgic.
Yeah, I sold my
mainly plays
entire...
online, so it's much cheaper, but I occasionally play in person. Online depends on
Playing
preference.
online is...
I play on
my only thing
a
is
program or tabletop sim. I see.
I haven't found a good way to play Magic the Gathering Commander online that isn't super confusing. Like Tabletop Simulator is super confusing to me.
Are you impressed by the card nerds? I am. You see me put my glasses on for this conversation? I was like, ah yes, I'm learning. I'm interested. Sounds like a lot though.
Just to have they'll do a 50-50 deck. No.
What is
I'm not gonna do
that? There'll be about 30 cards or lands, so they only give mana. Oh, okay. So not everything is like a very complicated ability.
Yeah, so 30 lands is a little on the short end. I usually go 35 lands. And then depending on the color, like if I have green involved, I'll even do 40 lands just because, like, you know, it just kind of depends. But 35 to 40 lands, 8 to 10 ramp cards, 5 targeted removal, 5 board wipes. I want 10 forms of card draw, and then whatever left over is was the purpose of the deck. That's generally what I'm doing. I had a formula for everything. Like, that's how into this shit I was. Like, I could not go to a card shop and just say hello to people without walking out with something. A pack, a card, something.
Salvi uses cockatrice to play with friends. I've never heard of that. Then I only need to know 50 cards. 35 is good too. Salvin says I typically do 34, but some go lower on cheaper mana decks. That's so many. I mean, I guess Pokemon is the same. You gotta learn all the Pokemon cards and what they do, the monsters.
But the reason why I'm saying, like, I almost think that playing Pokemon TCG would be a good, like, baby's first steps.
Who you call
because, like,
baby? I've played card games before.
No.
You don't know
Listen, like,
my
in this
history.
game, you don't have energy in your deck because the game gives you 1 energy a turn regardless. So you have 20 cards in your deck, pick the Pokemon you want to use, the support cards you want, and then boom, you're golden. And you can also, like, in Pokemon, it's when you destroy 3 of their Pokemon, you win. In Magic, there's an HP. And so if you're like, I'm going to attack you, I could say, well, I'm going to block with this creature. You can't target creatures. You can only target me or a planeswalker. I can choose defenders. And you have untapped and tapped creatures and how that interacts on the board. Then you have spells and instances and sorceries. Instant you can cast at any time. Sorceries are only on your turn. Most creatures have this thing called summoning sickness, which means that they actually can't do anything when you first cast them unless they have an ability called haste, which allows them to attack as soon as you cast. Like, there's a lot going on in Magic the Gathering. I think I'm showing my full-on nerd.
Someone called me a baby.
That's not what I said.
No, he called me a baby. Somebody get him. Pokemon TCG is really friendly. Man, I mean, I guess it's sounding a lot friendlier than all of this. But Magic has
Like-
such pretty card art. I'm here
You're
for
telling
the
me that
art.
Pokemon don't? Also, Purple, hello, welcome in. Welcome to
Purple,
our nerd
my
talk.
queen! I love you, hello. Welcome in.
At this point, I'm actually down for this just to be a yapping stream, and we don't even play the game.
I closed the game a long time ago because it was making my model lag. I couldn't have it open in the background anymore. While I did this.
Really?
Yeah. Like just sitting on the menu screen, I was really laggy, and then as soon as I closed it, I freed up. I was like, oh good.
Oh, we need to change your settings again. Okay. Noted.
I think
I'm gonna
Velvy's
change it to just chatting.
yeah, I just did. I think Velvy's first step should be Yu-Gi-Oh! A very simple and easy game, but I have zero interest in Yu-Gi-Oh!
Okay, who said that?
Solvy said that.
No, Solid's fucking lying to you.
Well, of course he is. He's trying to troll me.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game where you might not even get a fucking turn.
What? Solvy, how could you? Can't until next
Like-
turn, I forgot actually. Oh my god.
Like, that's actually insane that you would say that.
I do
Solid.
love the Magic artwork. I know Magic has an Asterion set, don't they? This is a real
They
agenda
also,
here.
they also have a Fallout set. Yeah.
Then we're sitting down to learn you some Magic Velvet. We talked for weeks about this. Alright, Magic Mondays, here we go. Wait, it is Monday, right? It is Monday. Oh my god. New series just
Monday.
dropped. Magic Mondays.
I mean, I'm down. I got out of Magic just because I didn't have anyone to play with, and
Yeah, well now you
I
have
don't-
me.
yeah, but I didn't know a good way to play it online.
Solvin
The
has so
format
many
that I want to
suggestions. He
play.
named a bird, he named tabletop, he named something else. You
He
know,
also told you to play Yu-Gi-Oh, which is a fucking mistake.
Solvin is a troll. So crazy, it's a game.
See, but like,
Wow.
I can't get back. If I get back into Magic, it's gonna be like online free cards only because like I'm thinking about buying Pokemon cards like in real life.
He's like it's like an addict going back to an old thing. He's like, oh shit, I gotta stay free to play. He's like, I
Well,
gotta
but, like-
stay free to play. I can't break. I can't give in.
That's what this Pokemon TCG thing has been so fun for me.
I can only do free to play because I have to save for Nikki. No, I can't spend on Nikki either.
Yes,
So-
you can.
My little $5 monthly passes, and then the battle pass is $10. That's what I've been allowing myself. And because I use Epic, sometimes, you know, whenever you make a purchase, you always get like, oh, you get Epic Savings rewards back. So sometimes I've gotten battle passes for free because of my Epic rewards. So I'm really like budget friendly with Nikki. I'm just a little scared right now because this current update is gonna wipe me clean, and then I'm scared about what's to come in 1.5. Actually, I'm scared I'm not gonna have enough for everything that's coming in 1.4, and then I'm really gonna be fucked for 1.5. So I'm shaking in my boots. I'm like, I can't look at any other games right now. I can't. Nobody else better come out with anything crazy.
Firm handshake, firm handshake.
Purple! Purple understands the struggle. The goth girlies are eating well in this next update, and we're fucked.
I'm not gonna lie. This next set coming out for Pokemon TCG Pocket is pretty exciting. First of all, the supporter cards in this new set is actually insane, especially red. Red is nuts because you play red and now you do 20 more damage to your opponent's EX Pokemon. That's insanely powerful. But like I want two of the Lucario, shiny Lucario EX cards. I don't care how good or bad the card is. I just want the fucking card. I just want the fucking card.
How do you get it? It's just you gotta pull the packs?
Yeah, so the packs come with like there's a bunch of cards you can get in the pack. You have your like think of like your 1-star dresses or whatever you have.
We don't get 1
3
stars. It's 3,
Okay, think
4,
of-
or 5.
think of like a bunch of different versions of 3 stars with a really high chance of getting those.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have some 4 stars that are like slightly less likely to get. And then you have your 5 stars, which are pretty difficult to get. But then imagine there are 6 stars and now 7 stars that are even harder to get. And it's all just chance based. And you're not guaranteed ever.
Damn.
Like, I can't pull like 50 packs and like, okay, well, and the 50th pack, you're guaranteed to get one of these. Like, you're never guaranteed. What they do, however, is for every pack you open. Stop it. I know I said do. For every pack you open.
I'm sorry. Maybe I am, baby. There's just certain things I just can't help.
For every pack you open, you get 5 pack points. And if you save those pack points at a certain point, you can use those pack points to craft a card that is in that set. But the max pack points you can get, I think, is like 1,250. But to get that many points, you have to open like an absurd number of packs.
Damn.
So if you don't get the cards by that point, you're just unlucky.
Purple said firm handshake back. This new Nikki season is evil. It is! Oh my god. I mean, like, on the one hand, like, sidebar for a quick second. I've spent all of last update crying about how it was, like, not on theme and it was terrible and it was very lackluster content and outfits, and then they were like, hold my beer. Just wait for it. And now they gave me too much at once, and I was like, whoa. Why couldn't we have spaced this out a little bit, huh? So now I'm in danger. I will never speak ill of them again. I have been proven wrong.
They said, yeah, you talking shit? Here's like 8 different things you want.
And then 1.5 is really like, people are saying it's gonna be housing and it's gonna be the dying system, and I'm gonna be fucked. I don't know what outfits they're gonna come out with for that, but like, it's probably gonna be good. Man, I'm in danger. Did you know that Velvet Super Queen has her own castle? I don't know about the first part, but I do have my own castle. We're in the room right now. Don't you want to be the very best, Velvet? Can I just have an army of Pommy? Can I fuck people
Pommy's
up
not in the
like
game
that?
yet.
I'm not playing until Pommy's in the game then.
Oh my god.
That's my boy.
Okay, but like Pommy is an electric type Pokemon, so you really need to start playing now because you should get 2 of the new Pachirisu that's coming out, because Pachirisu is an electric type battery and you need that.
They didn't space it to
Here's what
spite you. They
do.
really
Jellal
did.
does OnlyFans and he funds all your. I'm gonna be honest with you, I ain't making no money on OnlyFans.
That's not true. But that's
Also-
hilarious. That's hilarious. I mean, I'm not saying that was a consideration, but I definitely said today, I was like, man, I need a side hustle. I want the Nikki clothes.
And like, if I'm doing OnlyFans, can I say that?
I don't know. Can we?
If I do OF and I'm funding something,
Only fangs. Get it?
it's just join AV.
Get it? Get it?
Yeah, I got you. OnlyFans.
Get
I got
it?
you. Only friends.
I showed
Yeah, we
you
just-
my fangs. Please respond.
I just kind of blurted it out, Gasher. That's my bad.
Me making that spring your character here and thinking of Nikki. Guys, Purple is gonna open commissions to fund Nikki. We need it this season. Help a goth girly out, please. We need it. Also though, her art is a banger. I got a sneak preview and I'm excited. You're not ready for spring yet. Just you wait. She's cooking.
I'm thinking about. I gotta do something to make some money. I just fucking do. I can't
Only
work.
friends. That's why I didn't spell it out. We just said it though. Oopsies. Gash would really try to throw us a bone there, but he just said it anyway.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of nervous for this week because Friday I actually have my injection procedure for my lower back. And so I'm gonna get like 9 or 10 needles in my back total. I'm so not ready for that. I'm just gonna request they put me to sleep.
No.
Knock my ass out, bro. I don't
You
want to
should be
feel
awake.
that shit.
You don't want to be left alone for something like that.
No, my mom's taking me.
Oh, okay. She should
'Cause
watch you.
They told me that I need to have someone bring me because, especially in
You might
young
have side
men-
effects.
Well, in young men, you tend to get pretty dizzy for a little while.
Oh my god, he's gonna be a fall risk. I'm worried.
So, mommy's taking me.
I'm ready for spring. I wasn't even ready to wake up for work. That's a mood. I'll be sending you good vibes. Yeah, we will. Oh, that's so funny, Fable. Fable redeemed Headpad Damon, and then the thing came up, and Damon was not in fact there. You just headpad a skull under the piano. Alright, hear me out. I haven't adjusted that redeem because A, I forgot, and B, I'm revealing a new background on Thursday, and I just haven't moved it yet. It's gonna be moved for that background. So
Fable, what do
oopsies.
you mean? Where is he? You headbatted him. He's just a skull now.
No, don't say that. Oh, no. Also the head pads are broken. I'm sorry. Everything's broken today. Everything's broken. Can we refund Fable for both of the head pads? I'm so sorry. That's hilarious. Thank you so much, Solvin. Oopsies. That is a whole lot of Damon. New background? Yeah, I'm so freaking excited. I think you guys are gonna like it. I definitely like it. I will do the hydrate, thank you. That is not broken. Thank you, Fable.
Velvet, if you want to learn magic, I think the best place to go to learn it is probably MTG Arena. It's just, you go to a website and download it.
Okay.
MTG Arena is not Commander, but it will teach you the basics of, like, mana and tapping your mana for spells and stuff like that. Thank you for the hydrate, Fable.
He does deserve the head pats, but you'll be able to give them to him on Thursday. I promise.
But yeah, if anybody wants to donate to Charity Jellal for some pack openings on Thursday for this new set, feel free to do that.
Someone hit all the snacks and Damon got a little skinny. No! They're having a war over the snacks right now. I certainly hope hydrating isn't broken. Sometimes I just forget.
There are days where she's like, I don't feel good. And I'm like, did you drink water today? And she's like, I haven't had food at all. And I'm like, girl, it is 9 p.m. What are you doing?
Girl! Don't girl me. I'm a lady. I'm a little lady. Does anybody remember? Does anybody remember what that's from? I'm a little lady. I can't do the accent. I'd have to listen to her again.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah! Chat got it. Little Miss Fortune. That was like her catchphrase. She was always telling people, I'm a little lady. Her other catchphrase was like whenever something bad happened, it was yikes forever. It's pretty cute. It's a sad game, actually. It was a sad story. It was a sad ending.
I actually tried Yu-Gi-Oh! Like a year ago, chat. I don't know if y'all remember that, but it just was not my cup of tea. That shit was something else.
No food. I wonder. Yeah, sometimes I forget to eat. Magic the Gathering Arena is on Steam. Magic Gathering Arena. Why? Well, that's what? There it is. I love that game. It was a good game. Why does it have mixed reviews? Why is the first review called Magic the Suffering? Is this is this how you guys feel about this game? Don't spend any real money on this game. Noted.
What are you talking about?
The first review for Magic the Gathering Arena, it was like, it's titled Magic the Suffering. Rule number 1,
yeah,
don't spend any real money on this.
I mean,
Don't expect to be rewarded for making a good deck.
well, that sounds like somebody who's bad at it.
Wait, it says, speaking of tougher decks, instantly concede if your opponent plays a red, blue, black mana combo. Don't we know somebody like that in the room with us? Damn. Forget about basic math. There is no escape. Not recommended. People do not like Magic the Gathering Arena, huh? That's funny. I play League of Legends. Suffering is nothing new to me. Yeah, I question your sanity. The red glow in the crown is so cool. Oh, thank you. No worries. I did it like mid-stream. I was just testing it. I figured I would take this opportunity to try it out. I'm learning how to use the like model effects in VTube Studio, and I added the red glow because this background particularly is very dark, and I felt like it'd be cool if I stood out a little bit. Also, with the crown being black, it just made it stand out, I think, a little bit. I like it. My sanity is fine, probably. I'm playing Elden Ring and Marvel Rivals recently anyway. Does Solvent ever play something that's not a rage game? I think you should treat yourself. People are saying that... Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just gonna read another review. It says it's way too expensive for any serious fun. If you're an addict whale, this game is for you.
Well, yeah, I'm not telling you to go in there and spend money, though. I'm telling you to go there to just, like, learn the basics of Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because it explains, like, the process, like, untap, upkeep, draw, like, all that stuff.
There's a Lord of the Rings deck. Lord of the Rings, Tales of Middle-earth on Magic the Gathering Arena. Well, it's in my library now, but I have to install it. It's developed by Wizards of the Coast. Isn't that the same people that do D&D?
Yes. In fact,
So, are they related? Like
Um,
Magic and D&D, or are they separate kind of entities?
I don't believe they're related now.
Like, I mean lore and world building wise. you know?
Yeah, no, I don't. I think they're separate. But you know, WotC has like a pretty good tendency to just make everyone that like WotC
Separate.
or Wizards of the Coast. WotC is like pretty infamous for just doing some really dumb shit,
Mhm.
like several times a year, and then everyone's like, "All right, well, I'm not buying anything from you," and then they come out with a new set, and people are like, "I'm in, I want it, take my money."
Yeah.
See you later,
That's
kitten.
usually how it goes. Have fun, kitten. That is usually how it goes. Big unfortunate, you know, you really try to get some progress with a boycott, but then they drop some cool something and it's like, oh, never mind.
But yeah, I didn't mean to take us on a big fucking like tangent on Magic the Gathering.
That's okay. I mean, I kind of started it because I brought it up. Gashon at one
Whatever.
point made a comment and was like, Velvet, you got Jellal to do a long intro. Good job. And I was like, it's all according to my evil plan.
Wasn't even really an intro.
No, we had a good yapping moment though.
Yeah.
See, I tell him this all the time. He's really knowledgeable about a lot of things, and he's very passionate about games. And the way that he talks to me about stuff, he should do more of on stream. And he's like, I got to stream and I just, you know, jump right into the game. And I'm like, no, you should yap a bit.
It's because I blank. I get on stream and my mind just goes, well. No thoughts, head empty, play game.
That's understandable. I was like that a lot at the beginning. Especially when I felt like I was trying to be, I don't know, normal. And then at some point I said, fuck that. I'm gonna talk about my unhinged thoughts. And here we are.
It's a lot easier for me when I'm able to have a conversation with people and like bounce like I'm better at conversation than I am at doing like a podcast by myself where I sit down and just yap. Which is a skill that is like, it's not like I can't get that skill eventually, but like if I have someone there to like, even if you're not saying anything and it's just me talking the whole time, it's way easier for me to just like
You feel like
take
you're
a subject
having a
and run with it.
conversation with me.
Right. But like if it's like podcast style, I sit here and I just start talking about a subject, I basically just like 5-minute word vomit everything that I have thoughts on it, and then I'm just done.
Jellal is very charismatic, I agree. I think that once he is not like blanked out, he can really get going on a subject, and you know,
Yeah, poor Velvet has to
I
deal
like
with
hearing him yap. But poor you, because lately I'm like unhinged about Infinity Nikki, and I feel very bad because the two people that suffer the most are Jellal and Purple, and I keep going to them like, oh my god, did you see what happened?
It doesn't
And
bother
I'm like,
me.
oh my god, I need to stop talking about this. Like, really? Infinity Nikki has been like the main game I think I've played in 2025. I came into this year with a nice, neat little list. You remember, I think it was December that we put together these lists for each other of like games that we want to play this year. And I have a few things on this list, and yeah, Infinity Nikki was definitely one of them. But Infinity Nikki has pretty much been the main thing I've given my attention to. And I'm like, oh shit, I should try some new things.
No,
but,
I mean, but it's like, it's okay to have like a main game on your channel.
yeah, but it's not always interesting because Nikki struggles sometimes like with content where the events are over really fast, and then it's like, what do I do now?
Right,
you know?
but that's
It's a
why,
really
like,
good offline game for me, like when I have a moment to relax or decompress, or I'm just hanging out with friends. It's good like that, but it's not long term, I think, good for me as like a stream game.
I feel like you and I have different strengths and weaknesses when it comes to being like a streamer. I think my major weakness is like when there's like, and this is why I struggle with, because I have so many games that I want to play on stream and I don't do it just because like I feel like I'm just not good at streaming like slower paced games. Whereas on your side, like, I mean, even if there isn't like quote unquote content to be played in Nikki because you've already done all of it, I mean, I would never be able to play a bus driving simulator game and make
I
a good
fucking
stream out
love
of it.
the bus games. No, I'm excited for the
never be
next
able
one. I have ideas.
But like, I feel like where my strength is like almost like reactionary content, which is why I feel like my FPS streams, my shooter streams usually do pretty well. They're either the average or above average for my streams. And it's because a lot of that is like, you know, obviously people probably just enjoy watching the FPS game, but it could also be that maybe they don't play those games, but they enjoy watching me like react or make decisions or have good moments and bad moments, or even my like ragey moments where I'm like yelling because either I suck or there's no audio or oh my god, I've lost 3,000 RP and my sanity is on the verge of destruction. But like that's like I'm good at reactionary content rather than like proactive content.
I love yapping about games and Magic and D&D. There's a lot you can discuss there. Thank you for the posture check, Ashrin. Love it. Kind of fell down the rabbit hole. It's not a bad thing though. I feel so bad though. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta go back to playing other things because there's other games I want to play. Truly.
I mean, I get that.
Truly.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Avowed came out. I streamed it twice. Had a great time with it. Played it a bunch offline, like just doing side missions and exploring the world. And then I was like, all right, well, I've done all the side quests available to me at this point. I will touch it again when I come back to it on stream. And then I just never did. And now
and you were so excited for that game coming out, like.
Yeah, and I had honestly, Avowed is one of the best experiences I've had in a single player, like a new single player game, other than Metaphor Refantasio. That game is fucking amazing. Please play it. Like Metaphor and Avowed are like two of the best single player games I've played in years. And I have like now I'm like I want to come back to it, but it's been a month and a half since my last Avowed stream, and I'm like, well, nobody wants to see me come back to that now. But it's all mental gymnastics for me. Because I'm like, if I start something and then like maybe, let's say because you also have to remember, I'm a very competitive person and I do enjoy my FPS games. So somehow I have to balance playing the games that I want to play while also hitting the goals that I have set for myself in these shooter games.
Gashman said, Jellal, I don't have any Cyrus I can give you. Is that a Pokemon card?
yeah, it's all good. I have pulled probably 50 packs on that set, Gashrin, and I only have one fucking Cyrus. It's actually insane. But yeah, I don't know. I have this issue where it's like I want to play Avowed, but I also want to hit Masters in Apex, and I also want to play Overwatch more, which I haven't even done that. I played in that Apex event a couple weekends ago and did so badly. Instead of making me like get off of the game, it has motivated me to just get better. So I have done nothing but play Apex like every day. And I'm not mad about that. I have a goal for myself, and I want to hit that goal. But like, when do I have the opportunity to do something else?
Should I try competitive Overwatch again? It scares me. It does sound hard.
Let me say this, Gashrin. Don't go and do the current like it's a limited time play test. It is 6v6 ranked. Where it is open queue, max 2 tanks with perks, and I can guarantee you are going to have a blast. Don't even think about it like it's ranked, because it's a playtest. You do end up getting a rank, but that doesn't, like, just go and play the 6v6 playtest, and it has perks. It's got the new perks, it's 6v6, max 2 tanks, so you're not going to have 5 tanks running you down. It's actually a fucking blast. It's so good. Go and play that. It's so fucking good. I need an Umbreon too, Solvent. Where is, like, we have Leafeon EX.
I need Pommy!
Vaporeon EX. No, Glaceon EX, and we have a Vaporeon. I need Jolteon, I need Umbreon, I need Sylveon, I need all those. Give them to me.
I need Pommy, my boy.
What'd you say?
I need Pommy, my boy. I need Umbreon and Espeon yesterday. Jolteon is in the game already, if I remember correctly. I'm surprised they don't just have all the evolutions already.
If Jolteon is in there, then they must not be very good, because I've never seen one. Unfortunately. You know what's cool about Umbreon and Espeon? Velvet?
What?
So all the evolutions usually have some special way that they evolve into their form. Most of them have to do with like a stone. Like you give Eevee a fire stone and you get Flareon. Flareon is also in the game. Not very good, but they are. If you give a leaf stone, you get a Leafeon. If you give a electric stone, you get a Jolteon. But Umbreon and Espeon are based off of like your friendship or your relationship with the Pokemon. When you max out your friendship, depending on the one that you want, if you want Umbreon, which is a dark type Pokemon, you have to get maximum friendship and then level up at night, and you get Umbreon. And then for Espeon, it's the same thing, but you level up during the day.
That does sound pretty cool.
Forgot how to get Sylveon, but I think it's something to do with Charm. Like you have to know the move Charm and then level up. When I think Sylveon is also a friendship, but they have to know the move Charm, and then they become Sylveon. Thank you, Gastron.
Agree.
I can be, but I also am very much not.
There's no but. I just you are, and that's where the sentence stops. Okay.
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 But going back to just chatting, and like if I were to sit here, if I were to start a stream and then just talk about like the stuff that I just talk about when I'm with Velvet, it would literally just be like gaming news. And I don't even mean like video games. I mean like what's happening at Nintendo, what's happening at Xbox, what's happening at PlayStation. And to be quite frank, I don't think anybody fucking cares. Not like, you know?
That's not true. So when
like right now.
Oh,
Go ahead. No,
I was gonna say,
no, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, when is Xbox gonna drop that console so I can play Infinite Nikki from bed?
Oh my god, I'm so glad you brought this up, because Xbox accidentally leaked something the other day. They posted on Twitter a picture of like the future Xbox UI where it had like slots for Game Pass, Xbox Store, Steam, and Epic. And it basically just confirms the rumor. So for everyone that doesn't know, most Xbox is putting a lot of their games onto other platforms. Like they're shipping their exclusive. Like first of all, they come day and date to PC, which PlayStation still has yet to do. No wonder they're losing money on all of their games. But like Xbox has been doing this for years, and you can have PC Game Pass or buy them on Steam or whatever. But recently, they have started putting their games on the Nintendo and PlayStation. And some people are like, well, I mean, I don't understand. Why would you give your games to PlayStation when they are not going to give your games to you? But there have been rumors that the next Xbox console is going to be A, an Xbox handheld, and B, the next just Xbox in general, and it's going to be within the next year or two. The handheld is rumored for this year, the console is rumored for either next year or the year after, which will be faster than the PS6. But the rumors have been that they're going to put Steam on this new Xbox. And like Epic and like all that kind of stuff. Even on the handheld. And then Xbox came out and accidentally leaked that this is basically true. We just have to wait for an announcement. So, at some point this year, there could be an Xbox handheld that comes out that has where you can play your Xbox games, your Game Pass games, your Steam games, and your Epic games. Which means you could play Infinity Nikki on a handheld in your bed.
That would be insane. Insane. I was debating like someday. I thought, you know what would be a good investment, honestly, I thought would be a Steam Deck, because there's lots of games that I would love to just... I have lots of cozy games, you know, that I would like to just chill with in a different room or from my bed. And I mean, my only option really is to like hope something gets on the Switch and then I can play it there, but then that means I have to buy it a second time. And then if it's an online game, you know, Nintendo is really stinky, and if you want to do online multiplayer play, you have to have the Nintendo Switch Online subscription, which is fucked up because if I were to be playing it on Steam, I wouldn't have to pay to have an online multiplayer experience. So I was just thinking, man, maybe I should think about getting a Steam Deck so that I could take some of these games portably. But then, you know, you mentioned the Xbox console, which would be super helpful because if it included Epic, that'd be cool. I like using Epic because, like I said earlier, Epic has that kind of savings program sometimes where if you buy a little microtransaction sometimes, you get a couple cents back depending on the price of the purchase, and that kind of accumulates over time. And I've gotten entire Infinity Nikki battle passes for free or heavily discounted using my Epic savings rewards, so I like using Epic in that sense. I used to do that for Fortnite as well when I was buying V-Bucks and stuff, so yeah, I would like that a lot. Portability for my games. Also, playing on Nintendo Switch, I mean, maybe they'll fix this with the new Switch console, but the games don't hit the same. Like, the graphics are usually worse, or they're poorly optimized. Sunhaven launched on the Switch and it was broken. It's broken for months. I was like, wow, devastated. The game was unplayable. Meanwhile, it works just fine on PC. I think it has been fixed now. But also, it's just the principle of like, do I want to buy this game a second time on a different console? You know?
Yeah, but like the good news about this, like this Xbox handheld, is it just gives you access to your libraries from Steam and Epic.
Yeah, that would be sick.
As well as your Xbox library, if you have ever purchased a game on Xbox or the Microsoft Store, and then Game Pass. So like, my only question is like, if they put Steam on Xbox, obviously for every purchase somebody makes on their Xbox on the Steam app, right? They have to like, in order for like, you know, Steam is going to make money from that, but in order for it to be beneficial for both Xbox and Steam, Xbox also has to make money from that. So I'm a bit curious as to how, and we'll probably never know, but like a bit curious as to how like the negotiations for that went. But like, there's a big thing here that I haven't even mentioned. So people have been, okay, let me not say people because these guys are more freaks than anything. Console warriors on Twitter, which are all over my Twitter page, it's fucking annoying. But console warriors are like constantly trying to like poke fun at Xbox fans because they're like, ooh, like your whole brand is just a third-party publisher now and they're gonna die, yada yada yada. And it's like, first of all, no, they're not. I've gone over the numbers with Velvet about how much money they make a fucking month from Game Pass. It's insane. But regardless, Xbox is putting their games on PlayStation, and PlayStation is not putting their games on Xbox. Well, if Xbox gets Steam, they get PlayStation games.
That's true.
You can just buy God of War 2018 or The Last of Us from Steam.
That would be insane.
So, like, Xbox really just checkmated the fuck out of them.
Which reminds me, Season 2 premieres in April. We're gonna watch, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yay.
Yeah, I don't have to play the games because I watched the show.
I mean, honestly, yeah, Season 1 was really faithful, so there was no need to go back. I don't know, we'll see for season 2, but
I'm not looking forward to season 2 nearly as much as I did season 1.
yeah, neither am
I already know some things.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I mean, Joel was like a big reason why I enjoyed season 1.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Can I tell a crazy story about my experience with The Last of Us?
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, not really crazy, but like, I played the first game, and I actually like became a fan of it, and it was kind of the first, I guess, it's not horror, but it was the scariest game I had played. Like, I was never into those kind of survival, horror, zombie kind of games. And I gave it a shot, and I really loved the story. I played it many a year after it came out. But, so I was really excited for the second one. And it was only a few years after I played the first one that the second one was coming out. And it was so crazy because the second one came out, I think during one of the years of the pandemic. And I don't know what was going on with Naughty Dog in the studio. They were having a lot of issues. And there was a major leak of like basically the entire story and plotline of the second game posted to the internet. Like, I'm kidding, like a week or like days before the game was supposed to release. And I unfortunately saw it because lots of people were just posting it and talking about it online. No spoiler warnings, no nothing. So I kind of knew already going into the second game exactly where they were going with this. And like, you know, the big surprise at the beginning, it just already spoiled for me. And I was so desperately like, no, please, this has to be like a fake leak. Certainly somebody leaked this because they don't like Naughty Dog, and maybe they're trying to, like, I don't know, give the game bad press. And I saw a lot of people in like hardcore denial, like, oh my god, if this is the story of the game, then it's terrible, I don't want to play this. And then I remember going into playing the game. I got it like the week it released, and I was still in such denial, and then I kind of just saw it coming. I was like, oh no, the leaks were true, it's happening. It's terrible. So yeah, I don't know, I still played it fully through, but I had like, you know, the huge basically plot twist main point of the story spoiled for me before I ever even played the game. Kind of sad.
That's really unfortunate.
Yeah. I went into it already. I mean, on one hand I was sad because I was like, damn, imagine the impact it would have been to have played the game and not known this was coming. Like, just like the impact when you play the first game and the way it ends. Like, the whole, like, final chapter and, you know, like, the getaway scene and then the way it ends with their conversation. Like, that was such an impactful moment. So, I'm just like, what would it have been like to play the game and have gotten to that part and seen that all play out? Like, I probably would have cried, actually, for real. But that was ruined. But, I mean, and then, I guess on the other hand, I got to go into it, like, mentally prepared. So I knew, like, okay, this is gonna be a really hard game and it's gonna be sad. So just I prepared myself going into it. So when it did happen, it didn't blow as much, but it was still devastating.
I know that The Last of Us 2 is quite controversial.
Yeah.
People either fucking love it or they're like, I can't believe this is where we've gone.
and you know, it won Game of the Year at the Game Awards that year, so although I don't know.
Oh wait, no figure, it's a PlayStation
I know,
game.
I was gonna say maybe it's because of the PlayStation perk, but
you know, I don't know if you guys know this.
I'll give
but
them
the game,
this.
Okay.
They listen, wait, one last thing. I'll give them this. Like you said, it's super controversial. People either love or hate it, but I'll give them this. It won Game of the Year because, I mean, I think it still kind of deserved that in the sense that it was something that had everybody talking about it. You know, the discourse was just nonstop about whether this was a good story to tell or whether they ruined it by going in this direction. And I just feel like, man, if this game has this many people talking about it, and I mean people that didn't even play the games probably before, like the first one, we're now jumping on to talk about this and learn about the story. I guess it was Game of the Year worthy. I mean, it was the game that everyone talked about for the rest of the year.
Right, and that's typically how it works, but the Game Awards, like, I saw something a couple years ago, but like 80+% of the people behind the Game Awards, like the people that work there, are ex like Sony/PlayStation employees. And it's like these might be fighting words for people. I cannot
Oh,
believe
gosh.
Astrobot won last year. I just can't do it. I'm not saying Astrobot was a bad game. I'm not. I didn't play it, so I don't know. Maybe it was fucking fantastic. But like Astrobot basically won like almost nothing until like the Game of the Year award.
No.
And then
Astrobot, they had won a couple of things.
they won a couple of things here and there, but like Metaphor Refantasio was almost like winning everything it was a part of.
Here's the thing, though. My theory is that honestly, Astrobot kind of deserved it, or it was a good choice, because I feel like of all the games, Astrobot was like a
It was the
game
most
that,
successful.
yeah, most accessible for a wider general audience. And like I said, I mean, maybe this is a controversial opinion, hot take, but I feel like Game of the Year should be a game that is really like, I don't know, accessible, something that the most people can really play and enjoy and have a fun gaming experience with. Metaphor was an
Then Astrobot
absolutely
shouldn't have won.
Metaphor was a good story, but it's a genre of like turn-based RPGs that, you know, not everybody's into. There's a much wider audience that's
But,
gonna
like,
play Astrobot than Metaphor.
I feel like the Game of the Year should go to the best game of the year. No questions asked.
Well, it was Astrobot.
But like Astrobot, even if we go off the argument of I think it should go to something that is more accessible to other people, Astrobot still shouldn't win because you could only play it on PlayStation.
Okay, well, when I say accessible, I don't mean like in terms of a console. I understand your point there, though, and that is a valid point because you have to have a PlayStation to play it. But I just mean in terms of gameplay. Like, Elden Ring, I know had won its Game of the Year when it won. However, it's a really fucking hard game. And there's obviously lots of people that enjoy it, but there's lots of people that, like me, that I've tried. I'm not gonna be into Souls games. I can't play them. I can't finish them. So it just feels like, I don't know.
But I mean, like,
accessible
yeah,
and
it
like
was a
more of a
hard
general
game.
audience can enjoy it and play it and get through it to get, you know, a good gaming experience. Like
It
this
was a
year,
hard game, but millions of people beat it,
I know,
and
but
it was
there's also
undeniably the best game
millions
that
of people
year.
that can't touch it at all. You know?
I don't know. I think if Iron Mouse beat it, I think anyone can.
Alright, well, I mean, she's a good gamer. I feel like that sounds like a dig, but okay.
No, it's not a dig. I'm
I'll
just
fight
saying,
you right
like,
now. That's my Oshi.
Like, all the love and support to Iron Mouse. I adore her. She's amazing. She's an inspiration. But I feel like Iron Mouse doesn't strike me as
I don't like the way you
hardcore
said
gamer
that.
type.
I'm fighting.
She doesn't strike me as the hardcore gamer type, and she went and she beat that game, and I'm like, and she did it comfortably.
I'm fighting.
saying,
Wow, Jellal,
I
yeah. We're gonna get
If
him.
anyone were to sit down and say, I'm going to play this game, I'm going to beat this game, you can do it. I don't think it is so hard that you just can't do it. I think it's a mentality thing.
I don't know.
But, like,
I tried.
Back to the original conversation, I can't believe Astrobot won. And I know I tweeted
He's like, back to
the day-
Astrobot. They shouldn't have won.
Like, I tweeted about, now again, I didn't play the game. It could have been amazing. Actually, I heard it was absolutely amazing. But I can't help but feel like, and this is me, like, this is a conspiracy theory. All right, I got my tinfoil hat on.
Oh,
I
boy.
cannot help but feel like that 80+% of the people behind the Game Awards and the ones that are doing like most of like the voting, because like fan voting only counts for like 10%. Like,
Yeah,
our
I
votes
feel like
don't matter.
that sucks. It should count for higher, like
But
50%, or like what's the point of even having us vote at that point?
Okay, but then if you go and you look at the Gamers like Choice Award, it's like none of those games should be here. Last year we didn't see Astrobot or Metaphor or any of those games, and the Gamers Choice was Genshin Impact and like shit like that. And I'm like, no, what are we doing, gang?
Genshin has a chokehold on people all these years later.
Like, again, I didn't play the game, and a very valued member of Vexus, his name is Ignis. When I tweeted, I cannot
Ignis,
believe
my mortal
Astrobot won.
enemy in Fall Guys.
Like, I tweeted immediately that night. I was like, bro, this is the biggest fucking scam. And Ignis messaged me and was like, yo, like, I don't know if you played the game or not, but like, Astrobot was actually amazing. And I was like, I didn't, but I do know that Metaphor ReFantazio was the best game I've played since Elden Ring.
But I just think, I don't know. It's not.
Original Elden Ring. I think DLC should never be put up for Game of the Year. I think remakes should never be put up for Game of the Year. Never. Neither one of them. They should have their own categories. I don't know why. Why are we seeing a DLC being put up for Game of the Year? I just cannot understand that. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think they should get their own category 100%. Maybe they feel it. Maybe they feel like there wasn't enough to make it their own category.
No, maybe not. But like, that's just too damn bad. Put other things in. It doesn't belong in Game of the Year. My tinfoil hat moment is this though. About a month before Astrobot came out, PlayStation exclusive, 80+% of the people at the Game Awards have something to do or had something to do with Sony / PlayStation. Astrobot released a month after the most catastrophic game release we've seen in a long time, which is Concord, a PlayStation exclusive. Concord was so bad they shut down servers in 2 weeks. And then they closed the studio.
That's really sad.
Like, I was hoping that they would not close the studio. I was really hoping that they would keep that studio alive and let them have another shot at something. But they closed the studio. They shut down the servers after 2 weeks. Gave out refunds to the, like, couple thousand people that bought the game. And then Astrobot releases a month later. And then Astrobot wins Game of the Year. And my tinfoil hat moment is the people at the Game Awards that are like just Sony wired are like, we got to cover up Concord somehow. Let's just give Game of the Year to Astrobot. That might be a controversial take, but
perhaps.
Like last year we had Metaphor ReFantazio, Black Myth Wukong, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, and Astrobot. You're telling me Astrobot was better than all 3 of those games? I don't know, man. It's like, if I ever see a Mario game win Game of the Year, I'm gonna say the same fucking thing. Like, really?
But people
I'm not saying
love Mario.
I'm not. It's like, as much as I love Pokemon, it's never going to be Game of the Year. Mario and Astrobot are good experiences for young and old, and are fun games that can be rated very highly. They are never the Game of the Year.
Understandable.
That's just my opinion. And again, like, for everyone that loved Astrobot or Mario or whatever, like, I like platforming games too. I'm sure if I played Astrobot, I would have loved it. Too bad it's only on a single console that I will never own.
Never say never.
If I end up making it big in like voice acting or streaming or both or whatever else I decide to potentially do, and I can just afford to have every console and a gaming PC, then sure. But like, at some point, this will happen. At some point, games will be day and date on Steam from PlayStation. It will happen. They have already seen, like, we've already seen PlayStation start to put their games on Steam faster and faster and faster because there's so much money to be made there that it's going to happen. It will happen. And then you won't need a PlayStation. Because a PC you can on PC you can play Steam, PlayStation, and Xbox.
Yeah, that'd be nice. I like I said, I'm really looking forward to that because that would be sick.
The only console company that can actually afford to have like true exclusives like only on their platform is Nintendo. That's the only one.
Like I said,
And
I really hate Nintendo and their stupid online subscription thing.
well, but Nintendo's not. I mean, PlayStation and Xbox both do that.
I know, and I don't like it.
Yeah,
Back
it's
in
dumb.
the
I
day,
don't-
you used to be able to just play games online without a fucking extra fee.
the only console that ever did that. So the Xbox 360 invented online gameplay for consoles, and it came with Xbox Gold. And then when the PlayStation 3 came out, and you were able to play online, it was free on the PlayStation 3, but PlayStation 4 changed that. So,
Like, I remember playing Animal Crossing on my 3DS and being able to just play with friends online. You know, no subscription fees for online play.
the only reason why Nintendo, like I just said a minute ago, Nintendo is the only console brand that can survive by only putting their games on Nintendo, is because, like, Nintendo basically only get Nintendo games with some indies thrown in there, and then some like somehow Apex is on the Switch. Somehow.
I don't
Same thing
think
with Fortnite.
Fortnite was
But,
so bad. Like, oh my god, the graphics were
Apex
terrible, and it was so laggy. I was like, this is just it was unplayable. I tried it once, I couldn't do it. It's so funny because back when it first came out, I played it on Switch and I was fine, but now that I know what the PC experience is like, I can't go back. And I went and tried it on Switch and I was like, oh no, this is unplayable. Absolutely unplayable. The trees were just like green circles. And it was still laggy as hell.
Yeah.
I was like,
Apex
oh
is
god.
pretty brutal. Apex is pretty brutal. But like this Nintendo Switch 2 is releasing, I am guessing, summer of this year.
Yeah, green circles. It was rough.
The Switch 2 is going to, like, when you have it in dock mode, so like on your TV in its dock, it's going to have the same power as an Xbox One / PlayStation 4, which is kind of nuts. Which means it's going to be able to, like, the Nintendo Switch is arguably the greatest console of all time. Arguably. I'm not saying it is, I'm saying it's arguably. But as time has progressed, I mean, the Switch 2 is, what, 9 years old? Or the Switch is 9 years old?
It came out in 2017.
7 years old, 8 years old, something like that then.
Mhm.
Like, at this point, they're making games bigger and bigger, but the hardware can't process it. So then you get games like Tears of the Kingdom from Zelda and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet that I believe were significantly held back because of the Switch. But if they were
Tears of
to
the
have
Kingdom was
released
still
on the
pretty.
Switch 2,
It was beautiful.
like, yeah, but it could have been so much better. Like, if they launched on the Switch 2, probably would have been like day and night difference.
I think Zelda was like the furthest they could go with graphics on the Switch and have it look really good and not noticeable that it's, you know, maybe lesser performance. But the game was beautiful.
Yeah, no, the hardware is absolutely holding it back at this point. The Switch 2 is releasing this summer. That's what I'm guessing. So I already know that the Switch 2 is going to be powerful, or like way more powerful to run bigger games, because I'm a big Xbox fan. You guys know this. Xbox, when they were trying to buy Activision Blizzard, made an agreement with Nintendo at the very beginning for Nintendo to sign off on saying like, yeah, we're cool with it. Their agreement is that they're gonna put their games onto the Switch 2. Like, you're gonna be able to play Overwatch, Call of Duty, Diablo, all of that stuff on the Switch 2. That already tells me how much more powerful the Switch 2 is. Imagine playing a deep, lush world like Diablo 4 on your Switch right now, and how awful that would be. But the Switch 2 will be able to run it. So now imagine, well, this is what Diablo 4 looks like, right? Imagine a Pokemon game with that level of detail, or a Zelda game with that level of detail.
Mhm.
That, I mean, that's like bust a nut, like level excitement. That's pretty crazy.
They're putting a car CPU in it. It's a gamble if it really does well, in my opinion. A car CPU.
I think it'll be fine. Nintendo usually don't put out, like, they don't put out bad products. The Wii U is an outlier. Everything else has been like I am convinced that the Switch 2 will be an incredible console. And I will buy one, because at this point, 25, if not percent or more, of my content going forward is going to be like Pokemon related, so I have to buy the Switch 2. I've got to. Like, I plan on doing a lot of just content with Pokemon, like whether it be the TCG, Pokemon games, side Pokemon games, like the Legends series. I'm going to be playing those. Even maybe trying to do stuff like Nuzlocke or shiny hunts or whatever. I'm gonna be doing that pretty hardcore. So I have to get the Switch 2. This might be a sin. I've only ever played one Zelda game in my life, and I didn't even finish it.
Which one was it?
Because it was Breath of the Wild. It's because my sister broke the Switch.
Oh, that's fair. Hey, I didn't get into the Zelda franchise until Skyward Sword came out. That was my first Zelda game, which a lot of people argued, you know, shouldn't have counted even as a Zelda game, or I don't know. I had an ex in high school that was a big Zelda fan, and he was like very judgy about Zelda game history, and so I lied to him and I was like, oh yeah, because I told him like I'm a Zelda fan too, and he was like, oh yeah, well what was your first game? And I didn't want to admit that it was Skyward Sword, so I like made up one of the earlier ones, and it like was a suitable answer, but that's not the truth. My first game was Skyward Sword. And I never finished it, but the reason I didn't finish it, I got to the final boss battle, and with Skyward Sword, it had, you played with the Wii motion controls, the Wii remote like motion controls, and the final boss fight had like a special move that you had to do to finish the fight with the Wii motion controls, but they were so fucking buggy. And it's like, the rest of the game you could power through the buggy controls, but that final fight against the boss, like, you needed to have spot on timing, and I could just never get it right with the buggy controls, so I just never finished it. And I looked up like the ending online, but I made it, you know, as far as I physically could. I would still count that as me finishing it. It wasn't my fault that I didn't technically finish it. It was the game. And then after that, I really liked it, and I fell in love with the Zelda, like, lore and all that. So I went back and tried to play other games. After that, I went to Twilight Princess, and I played Wind Waker, and others. I can't remember the order exactly, but I went and tried to hit up like the big ones. Skyward Sword has its issues, but it had some really good ideas. Yeah, like, I like the concept of the Wii Remote being... You used the Wii Remote and a nunchuck, and the Wii Remote was the sword, and the nunchuck was the shield. And so you could literally, like, swing the remote around as if you were swinging the sword. Like, you know, swing left to go left. You could do diagonal cuts, horizontal slashes. Like, it was really cool, because it had you feel like you were swinging a sword. But... there was one move you had to hold the remote up in the air to like charge the sword and then bring it down for some sort of like power attack, and that was just buggy as hell. I can never charge up the sword correctly. It was so annoying. It was a little ambitious for the tech. Yeah, I just don't think it was very perfected. And it sucks that they required that for the final fight. I would have loved an option where I didn't have to use those controls for the final fight and I could have just played it normally. And then I for sure would have finished. But they wanted you to use the damn Wii motion tech, and it was just a mess. This def a Zelda game last time I checked. I know, I thought so too, but it wasn't going to be an acceptable answer as my first game. He was going to be like, you're not really a fan if that's your first game. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
Yeah, well, you know, it was one of those, like, it was like that kind of person where you're like, I'm a fan of this, then they're like, oh yeah, name everything you've ever seen of it. It was that kind of energy, and I was like, oh god, okay, I better lie.
You know,
Zelda's
I actually
my bread and butter. Nice.
I was in college when I found out that Zelda wasn't Link.
Oh god. Valid, you know.
Because I never played the games, and I of course I knew the game franchise Zelda, but I always assumed the dude was Zelda, because like he's literally like he's like the poster boy, and the game is called Zelda. Like, hello?
Yeah.
And how I found out was because I was playing like the Smash Bros with my best friends who are my roommates, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna choose Zelda, and I click on Link, and the game goes Link, and I was like, who the fuck is Link? And my friend was like, what do you mean? And I was like, you're telling me this dude that's on the face of like the franchise isn't named Zelda? And he was like, no,
That's hilarious. What a way to
Zelda's
find
a
out.
girl. And I was like, what the hell?
You've played almost every one of them? I own a lot of them that I've actually never played, and I don't know, because I was trying to collect them with the intent to play them. I own Ocarina of Time for the 3DS. I own A Link Between Worlds, and what was the other one? I think Zelda 2, or one of the really early pixel ones that I got again for like the 3DS. I've never played them, and I did play through Twilight Princess twice. I played the Wii version and the Wii U version, played through Wind Waker, played through Skyward Sword. I finished Breath of the Wild, I can say that. I know I did try some Tears of the Kingdom with you guys a couple years ago. I never finished that one. I would like to finish it someday. I just think I needed to give more time. Like, I went into it and it was just like Breath of the Wild all over again, and like the magic was kind of gone for me. Like, it was really cool the first time discovering the world in Breath of the Wild, but when we went to do it like a second time in Tears of the Kingdom, it just felt like, oh man, this is like a lot of the same stuff all over again. Although I know they do have like the depths and the sky islands that were new, but I think
Link's Awakening is the chibi one, isn't it?
if I have more time pass, I can maybe try it again. Of course, now though, I probably would want to start over again because I don't remember where it really left off. But
you know,
you should play more Zelda titles. I would like to. Gatekeeping like that makes you alone. Yeah, it does. It was stinky. I want to add to my Zelda tattoo someday. Oh my gosh. Yes, you should.
I also...
The Switch ones are a lot of fun.
When it comes to Nintendo, I grew up playing Mario. I mean, of course, who didn't grow up and play a little bit of Mario?
Oh, it was the clay-looking
Um,
one on the Switch. It's a remake. Echoes of Wisdom was fun too. I would like to try Echoes of Wisdom. That was the Zelda one, wasn't it?
yeah, the one you play as Zelda. It looked
Yeah,
cute.
it looks really cute.
But I grew up playing Pokemon and Mario. That was basically it. When I was in college, I don't know. I don't remember how we got to this
Slipknot, hello,
this
hello, welcome
conversation, but me
in.
and my
We're doing
best
good. I
friend,
hope you're having a good day.
who was my roommate or one of my 3 roommates, we were just kind of talking, and I think it was because I had been playing Smash Bros with him, and I was looking at the characters, and I was like, "Who are these like characters with these swords?" And like, he was like, "Oh, they're Fire Emblem characters," and I was like, "What is Fire Emblem?" And he was like, "Oh, like I have a game, you need to play it." So he gave me his 3DS and popped a fucking I believe it was a Nintendo DS game because the 3DS had backward compatibility.
Mm.
And so he's like, "I need you to play this." It was Fire Emblem Awakening. And it was going to be the last Fire Emblem game because it just wasn't doing that well. And Fire Emblem Awakening revived the franchise. And I'm not kidding when I say that Fire Emblem Awakening is one of my favorite games of all time. Fire Emblem is so like, okay, you've played Persona, right? Velvet?
Yes, yes.
So take the like
I've been sick, but
relationship
I'm vibing.
aspect
I'm sorry you've been
of
sick. I hope you feel better soon.
of Persona.
It's Mario the monkey one.
So like in Persona, it's a bit more like you go and hang out with them like out in like town or whatever. You don't do that in Fire Emblem, but your relationships with your party like matters because it will like when you're standing beside each other on the battlefield, you'll get like buffs or stuff like that. And then also in Fire Emblem Awakening, you start out with it's a turn-based strategy game where you move characters along a battlefield like with it's got like squares, like little like places that you can go. And then you have like it's so good. And then Fire Emblem Awakening had this like almost dual-sided like story where you start out with your main cast and then as you build relationships between the characters, they become a couple. And then because of the story, like the way the story kind of operates, they have children, but the children are instant adults, and it makes sense if you play the game. I'm not gonna like say what it is, because if you haven't played Awakening, for God's sake, please go play this game. But your main like your beginning cast of characters, you basically pair them with each other. You build their relationships together, then they end up having children, but the children are from the future and they come to the past to help their parents in this like cataclysmic like bad guy world ending shit that will happen in the future in their adulthood. So they come back in time to help so you have this giant cast of like parents and children who are now adults. It's so fucking good, and that got me so into it.
I remember having Kid Icarus Uprising on the 3DS. I've never played the Kid Icarus games, but I recognize them from Smash. Fire Emblem is another fantastic series indeed. It's about dating all your party members and then getting sad when they die and starting over until they don't die.
Yeah, so Fire Emblem so now they come with like a difficulty like slider, but like classic Fire Emblem, if one of your characters dies on the battlefield, they are fucking dead.
That's insane.
Like they're gone.
Instant adult sounds really wrong out of context. I only played classic death. Wow, hardcore.
I can't bring myself to do
I
it.
played so much out of that one and you want to play it again. I have only had experience with Fire Emblem Three Houses, which I really, really enjoyed. I actually have I have at least over 100 hours in that. I did a full Blue Lions playthrough. And
Oh god.
I
Dimitri, my boy.
I know, I married him. And I was halfway through a Golden Deer playthrough because then I loved it so much that I was like, I gotta do the other routes, I gotta get the rest of the story, you know. Blue Lions was such a great playthrough, but you really don't get a lot of the story of what's going on behind the scenes. You get like the real shit from the Golden Deer and then from doing, what was it, the Black Eagles, and then there's even like a church route. So I really was on a mission to like do the rest because I wanted the lore of what was going down with all the bad guys. And
Three Houses is the one that made Fire Emblem like mainstream.
it was so good. I was already at the time skip of a Golden Deer playthrough, but it was when I was in college and like once winter break was over, shit got busy and I wasn't able to return to it. Now, if I were to return to it, I feel like I would have to just start my Golden Deer playthrough over again because I don't remember what the fuck I was doing. I was also very meticulous taking notes because I was trying to like maximize getting relationship cutscenes with as many people as possible so that I can unlock you could unlock, I think it was like scenes and more lore. So I was trying to like
Yes.
I don't know, I had like a guide on my phone and I was taking notes on like, okay, who did I get last time? Who do I need now? Like, oh my god, I was so meticulous about my Golden Deer playthrough. That's why it took me so long. Like, I spent a lot of time in the part 1 before the time skip because I was really trying to like maximize what I leveled up every day. But I was having a great time. And I was, right as I got to the time skip, I had to stop. But, and then I never got to Black Eagles. And I really wanted to learn more about Edelgard because I fucking love her. She was pretty.
Like, I will say this. My favorite is Dimitri.
I love you!
My best friend Justin, his favorite was Edelgard, and I was like, your favorite is a horrible person.
But there was story there. Like, you had to learn about her backstory to understand her actions.
Listen, I did every story. But
Oh.
because I started with Dimitri, I can never like Edelgard.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Dimitri went through so much and had such a up and down and then up again character arc where he like literally was like, Edelgard, we can do this together. And then she tried to kill him anyway, and he just like sticks his spear in her throat, which I thought was like, he really tried to help her because he knows what it's like. He's like, I've been at the deepest, darkest depths, and I was able to turn it around with me and the professor by ours. Like, we can do this together. And then she like fakes to take his hand, tries to kill him, and then he just kills her on the spot. I don't care what her motivations are. I know she went through a lot, but like, she was one of those characters that was your intention, like the base idea of your intention was right, but everything you did to get there was completely wrong.
Okay, but you know who I also really liked? Sylvain. Oh my god, I was so torn between marrying Dimitri and Sylvain. I ended up going with Dimitri, but Sylvain went through a lot of trauma too. And
Yeah.
I really liked him and his story. And then you know who I loved on Black Eagles that I wanted to like spend more time with was Lysithea. I think that's how you say her name. She had a tragic story too, man. Oh man, she pulled up my
Most of them
heartstrings.
did.
I know.
Most of them did.
I wanted to learn more about the emo guy. Oh, god, I don't remember his name. He was basically like Edelgard's right hand, sort of.
Oh, yeah, I
with
don't
the
remember
black
his name
hair.
either.
He was voiced by Robbie Damon. And I was like, I need to learn more about this guy. He's mysterious. But you'd have to play Black Eagles to get to know him more because he was so close with Edelgard. Bro,
I'm Ferdinand von Ayer.
Oh god, Ferdinand, no. Bro, I remember like, and see, I played like regular Fire Emblem mode, but even in regular mode, like especially when you got to the time skip, I mean there would be times when like, for story reasons, a character would die and be like dead, and then your other characters would react and be like, oh my god, guys, we killed Ferdinand. And I was like, oh my god, wait, we went to school together, this is so sad. It was a roller coaster of emotions when you had to go up against your classmates on the battlefield when they were adults. Oh god. Yes, Hubert. That was him, right? He was with the black hair. He's
Yes,
very like
yeah, Hubert.
emo. He was the emo boy of the Black Eagles. Thanks to Jellal, I'm gonna have to replay Fire Emblem games now. There goes all my free time. I really wanna, now that we're talking about it, I'm like, man, someday I said I wanted to finish all the Three Houses playthroughs. I sunk so much time into that. The music, the opening song was so good. I would like just play that shit on repeat. I like Shamir a lot. She's very pretty and cool. Oh my god. Yeah, I can see you liking Shamir. She's your type,
Shamir was not a student, right? She was
no,
like
she
the
was one of the
mercenary that joined you.
instructors, sort of. Was she an
Yeah.
instructor or just like, yeah? Her and Catherine were kind of like your mentors, quote unquote.
I think the worst part about playing
Church Lady
Three
was hot
Houses-
too. She was evil, but she was hot. I forgot her name. Go ahead.
I think the worst thing about playing Three Houses 4 times was going through my father's death 4 times.
Yeah, that's true. The beginning story was
Like-
rough. There were some things, right, that were like the same every time, and I'm like, man, here I go again. I only did it twice, and it was hard.
So Dimitri is my favorite. Claude is second. Edelgard is third. And the church is last. I mean, let's be honest. But like,
Catherine the
I'm
Night
trying to
Lady?
remember-
No, I mean, I know who you're talking about, but I meant like, I think her name was Rhea? Rhea? The lady with the white dress and like the greenish hair? She was hot.
Rhea was like, she was the church person.
I know. She was hot. That's all I wanted to say. she was hot. She was
In
hot.
Dimitri's playthrough, I married Mercedes,
Oh, she's baby. I love her.
but I was really considering Dorothea.
Oh, I love her too. Oh my god, wait, I forgot too. Did you do the DLC? They came out with like a
No, I've never done the DLC, so don't tell me.
Okay, I won't tell you, but actually I will say that I did get the DLC and I actually finished that before I finished my Golden Deer playthrough. So I guess I could kind of say I've done like 2 routes because it was like what, the wolves or something? I forgot what they were called.
Mhm.
The Silver Wolves.
Yeah.
That was kind of like an additional route when the DLC came out, and I did play through all of that, which was really
I
fun.
played a little bit of Conquest, Gasher, and Conquest is a massive fucking game. And the reason why I didn't finish Conquest was because it wasn't my copy, and then like while I was playing it, we went on like a college break, so I had to give the 3DS back to my best friend because I couldn't just bring it home with me, and I was never able to finish it. But I would like to go back. That one is interesting because that one you play as Corin, and then like the whole concept of the game. I actually, Conquest is so good from what I played because like there's 2 sides, well there's really 3 sides, but there's 2 sides. The third side's supposed to be a secret. You're Corin. You grew up thinking that one of these people, like one of these groups of people, is your family, and you find out that they kidnapped you as a baby from your real family, and the whole game is about like you choosing one family or the other.
That's
like your real
insane.
family or the people who raised you. But Corin is also like a dragon.
I love dragons.
But there's like a secret third enemy who's like the actual bad guys, and you have to convince your 2 families to work together. It's so good. I think I got maybe halfway through the game, Dashrin, and I didn't get to finish it. Awakening is still undeniably the best story out of the ones that I've only played Awakening, part of Conquest, and Three Houses. I really want to play Engage. That's the one that came out a couple years ago, but I don't have a Switch, so I can't.
Dimitri was badass. I loved him. Loved him so much. Your
My
first playthrough, you did Petra. I looked her up because I forgot who Petra was. She's very pretty.
So, okay, for
Ashy
Dimitri, I
Wolves.
married
Okay, that's what it's
Mercedes.
called.
With Claude, I married Hilda.
Hilda. Let me look her up because I forgot.
Pink hair, Wyvern Rider.
Hilda and I share a birthday. Hilda's birthday is February 3rd. I remember. I drew her once because of that. I loved Hilda. She was great. I distinctly remember her for that.
I don't remember who I married in the church playthrough or the.
They were called the
Edelgard playthrough.
Ashen Wolves. I said Silver. I was close. I married Dimitri, but I really would want to go back and do Sylvain again for Blue Lions, and then I never finished my Golden Deer playthrough, but I was fully planning on marrying Claude. I just never finished. And then
Claude is the only one that like he doesn't change from the school days to the second half of the game.
Claude,
He's a great character.
Claude gets hot in the second half. Claude's glow up is insane. Insane.
Oh, he was never unattractive.
I know, but then it gets better. Like, damn. And I think if I do Black Eagles, I wanted to romance Edelgard for sure.
God, I want to play Awakening again. That game is so fucking good. Wait, I have a DS ROM. Oh, I have a DS emulator on my computer. I gotta go find me a fucking Awakening. Because I'm telling you, Velvet, Awakening is so good. It's so good. You play as Robin.
I recognize Robin.
And your right-hand man is Crom. And this one is special because, like, you know how, like, if your character is defeated in battle, you lose the fight? Well, in Awakening, if you or Crom are defeated in battle, you lose. Like, Crom is, like,
you gotta keep Crom
just
alive.
as important. Right, Crom is, like, the centerpiece of the story just as much as Robin is.
I gotta dust off my 3DS. Man, you know, maybe I should as well. Play some games while I'm at work.
I never owned a 3DS. I never got to play any 3DS games on my own without borrowing my friend's 3DS.
I'm sorry. I had a DS Lite.
Well, Gashrin, I wasn't gonna say that. I was just.
I had a DS Lite first, and then I got the 3DS. So I had those. That's okay.
Like,
I don't really understand what that means, so I also probably won't play Awakening.
I'm literally begging Velvet to please play that game. Like,
no, if I were to
Awakening
ever play
is
another Fire Emblem
so
game
good.
again, I'm gonna go back and finish my Three Houses journey. Because that was just such a good story.
As good as Three Houses is, Awakening is 10 times better.
And
I thoroughly enjoyed Three Houses.
Does Awakening also have like the whole multiple route thing where if you play differently, you get different parts of the story?
No, Awakening is the only one where it is like a linear path where like Conquest you had to choose between the two families, and then in Three Houses it was like the three
So
houses
in
of the
Conquest
church.
you could do 2 playthroughs, right? Like if you choose a different family the second time?
Conquest you can do 3 playthroughs because there's
Oh.
you choose one family, you choose the other family, or the third one, which is extremely difficult to do, is you convince both families. Like the third choice is I choose neither of you, and then they both become your enemy, and you have to convince them to join you to fight the real enemy, who is like you would never know. Like it's not like it's hard to explain. When you make you can't choose the third option, which is not going with either family, until you do both family storylines. Like
I see.
it's like a DLC built into the game that you can't do until you finish the first 2 stories. And that third
Awakening
one
has
is
so many
like
choices when it comes to relationships. Do it any of
yeah,
them.
so like Awakening. So you know how in Three Houses, like the only relationship is like who you want to marry, but in Awakening you have to marry everyone.
Oh.
Not like you marry everyone. You marry, like, you can take Crom in a girl character and marry them, and then you get their baby, because their kids are vital to the story.
I see.
I guess you don't have to, but like you're missing out on a bunch. and like depending on who you like, so the kids are connected to one parent. Like it doesn't matter who you marry Crom to, you're going to get Lucina. But depending on who you marry Crom to will give you like the unit type that Lucina will be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So like one parent gives you like the child, and then the other parent dictates what their class is. It's oh god, it's so good.
You
It's
don't
so
get a
good.
harem, is what I mean. I see.
Yeah, that's why I realized I worded it funny, so I went back and changed how I said it. But I haven't been able to play Engage, and I heard Engage was a pretty good
That's
game
the
too,
one
and that
with the
makes me so sad.
toothpaste twins.
Yeah, the Colgate. The Colgate, yeah.
Their hair. It's like Colgate.
But that's the one where it's like, it's called Engage
Wait a
because
minute.
apparently,
Oh, you finish your sentence. No, finish your sentence.
Engage, the gimmick is that like, it's called Engage because you get these rings, and you put the rings on a character, and then that ring has like the life essence of like past heroes, and it's like old like Fire Emblem characters like Marth and Crom and Lucina and stuff like that, and they like it combines that character with the ring character, and they become a single unit that's like much more powerful. It's like, and it's called Engage because of the ring and like the merging of two people. It's a pretty cool concept. I don't know anything about it because I haven't played it, but God, I love Fire Emblem. If I had to like sit down and make like a top 5 like gaming franchises list, I don't know what the top 5 like in order would be, but I know like Pokemon is up there, Fire Emblem is up there, Persona is up there, Gears of War. You know, I played those last year, and those games were. I was literally obsessed with those games for like a little while. Like they're so good. The Gears of War games. I'm trying to think of what the 5th one would be in that group, but like Fire Emblem it's so good.
I didn't grow up playing Mario or Pokemon or I don't know. I was weird. I don't really know what I grew up playing. I kind of just played various stuff. A lot of Animal Crossing, Crash Bandicoot, Wii Sports.
Did you play Banjo-Kazooie?
No, I never played
Back in the day?
Banjo-Kazooie, no. Played Tekken. I played... I don't know, I'm trying to think
Can't
in
believe
my
your mom.
head.
Bro, the fact that she chose IGN makes me so sad. IGN is the biggest fucking...
I mean, she doesn't know nuances of stuff. She just felt like their guides, I guess, were more visually friendly.
Their guides are easy to read and are very helpful. But like their opinions on video games...
She's so funny to me, because like unprompted, she was like, I'm gonna look this up. She was struggling with something. And then she googled it and she was like, I don't like Polygon. I want to find it on IGN. And I was like, how do you know these things? I was like, I didn't teach her
IGN,
that.
when it comes to like opinions on video game, God, dude, oh my, I don't even think they play video games. Like, I don't think their gaming journalists actually play video games. I don't.
Yeah, but again, she's not looking
really
for
don't.
reviews. She's looking for like, you know, the guides on like, how do I make this thing? And it tells you the items you need, you know, or how do I get this thing unlocked, you know? And I think they're more user-friendly for that kind of stuff. I was
talking about
so funny, unprompted. I was like, okay, girl.
like, I can't even, like, you ever play a game for the first time, and maybe it's not even a new game, maybe it's a game that's been out for a few years, and then you finally get around to playing it, and it's just like a life-changing experience.
Yeah, that was me for The Last of Us Part 1. I played it many years after it was out, and and you know, also Horizon Zero Dawn. I played it way after it came out, And the first one was life-changing for sure.
Yeah, that game bored the fuck out of me.
Alright, well, you just had to be there. The
Like-
lore. I'm a big story lore person, and the lore was amazing. So it made me want to get through it, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Hubert changed my life for sure. I don't know what that is.
Neither do I.
But like, I think the first game I ever played where I had like an out-of-body experience was Fire Emblem Awakening. That was a joke. Okay, it was a joke. So Fire Emblem Awakening like was my first like video game like just transcendent moment where I was like literally I had class at 8 a.m. and I was up at 4 o'clock playing Fire Emblem. Like it was like I couldn't bring myself away from it. The second time I experienced that was when I first played Persona 5 Royal. Like, easily dumped in both Awakening and Persona or P5R. I dumped like 150 hours into both of those games so quickly, and then that didn't happen again for me. Like a true like this game is a masterpiece until I played Metaphor Refantasio. Like, that game came out last year, and I cannot stress enough how good that game is. Like, I think that might be the best writing I've ever seen in a game. Like, it was actually amazing.
Mist and Ribbon are the games that changed my childhood. I don't know of those. Oh, it's on your list of games to play. Nice.
What Metaphor? Bro. I'm telling you, like, the last episode that I put on, now, sadly,
Metaphor, yes.
because I was doing a like YouTube playthrough of Metaphor, and I was like consistently doing 2 episodes a week, and then my back injury happened and I had to stop doing it. So there's only 30 hours of content on my YouTube channel. But I didn't finish the game. The last episode on my YouTube channel is one of the craziest, if not the most insane, like, story up and downs, and like a roller coaster of emotions that I experienced in the span of 20 minutes. Like, you're like, oh shit, like, it didn't work. Oh fuck, it did work. And then you like are led on to believe that what you did worked. And then like 5 minutes later, you find out all of that was like a fever dream. And you're like, what? And then you find out even more information like 10 minutes later. That episode, I remember this very clearly. I finished recording it and then like instantly went to Velvet and was like, I have never in my life in fiction experienced something like I just experienced.
Wait, hold on a second. Ellie! Hello, hello! Thank you for the head pets. I'm sorry, the redeems are a little broken, but I went in to mix it up and I did it. So, thank you, thank you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a good day. Wait, I'm shouting out Ellie personally. Ellie is very sweet. I hope you've been doing well. Solvin said I'm super into Darkest Dungeon at the moment.
Never played it. What is it?
That's not the one we tried, right? No, we did Dark and
No.
Darker, I think, me and Solvent.
Yeah.
I've never played Darkest Dungeon.
Oh my god, it's Hilaria.
Yes, Ellie!
Hey, Hilaria.
I'm good, I'm good. I hope you're doing good too. I'm doing okay. I'm doing my best.
God, I want to do more streams where I just talk about video games, man. This is fun.
See? All part of my master plan.
I'm
I mean,
just sitting here reminiscing on like all of my highs as a gamer.
I like reminiscing.
The first time Go ahead.
I was just gonna say it makes me sad because then it's like, man, there's all these things I want to do and I just don't have time. So it's like bittersweet because I'm like, ah, yes, that was a good time, but then I'm like, man, I can't do it all.
Alaria, that's because we actually didn't play it.
We've played it in previous weeks. We meant to do an episode tonight, and I tricked Jellal into just yapping a bunch, to kind of get him going, get a good practice for yapping, and yeah, so we just decided to chill and talk. We'll play some tomorrow though, right? I mean, we'll try tomorrow? Question mark?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I do want to finish it, because I'm kind of like waiting to move on to like another story game until we finish it, so I don't like having like multiple story games going.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm holding you up.
No, I'm not saying you're holding me up. I mean, it's a great game and I've been enjoying it. Like, I don't want it to end because then I lose the collab with you, and I like playing games with you, but we definitely will finish it, unlike It Takes Two.
Yeah, I think Split Fiction is, so far, it's my game of the year.
I think it will be game of the year as well, unless something crazy happens, but I think it should be.
It'll definitely be nominated.
Yeah, but
if it's not nominated, I'm burning down Game Awards headquarters.
Oh gosh.
That was a joke.
But from what we have played of Split Fiction, is a lot of fun. I definitely recommend.
Yeah, it's super good.
Treatless hours of the best couple. Oh, thank you.
One other game that it wasn't like an out of body experience. Like I'm levitating playing, but like first time playing.
I'm levitating. Ooh.
My first time playing Apex was like, I mean, I've played that game now for almost 3,500 hours.
Damn.
Like, yeah, I know, LOL Apex, but like when I first started playing Apex, I was on Xbox. I was playing with my really good friend Deadly. He shows up in stream every now and then. And like we were playing Titanfall 2, and one day I discovered Apex. It had already been like, or rediscovered Apex, but like we were playing Titanfall 2, and I was like, hey, you know, like this game is like in the same universe. Let's try. It's free. And he was like, yeah, sure. We got on, and like, God, we were just hooked. Apex is my nightmare.
Oh no. I'm still waiting for Velvy to try a Tales game. I would like to. It's on the ever-growing to-do list. But specifically
I
just...
think you should
What?
start with Tales of Arise.
I have Tales of Berseria because the main character is named Velvet.
Tales of Arise was really good.
Is it Berseria? Am I... Yeah, it's Tales of Berseria. I looked at my Steam library. I already played it with a friend. It was super fun. Heck yeah, we really like it. I'm enjoying Split Fiction. I like watching him play though. Me too. I like watching him play. Dark Horse, hello, hello, welcome in. Berseria, does that mean like it's great? Wait, and is that greater? Less than? I don't understand.
I would start with Tales of Arise, and the guy trying to saying Berseria. I've never played Berseria, so I don't have an opinion. I don't.
I'm pointing to it. I see.
But no, Tales of Arise was really good. I enjoyed it a lot. I think the characters were like interesting. I played Tales of Arise so basically like my love for gaming, imagine this. My love for gaming was dying, but it's because I was like depressed and just didn't have much motivation for anything. My best friend was like, "Hey, you should try Final Fantasy VII Remake. It's on the PlayStation like Plus thing, so you can get it for free." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then Final Fantasy VII Remake, you guys already know, that game revived my love for gaming. And immediately after, when I told him I was finished, he said, "All right, now you should play Persona 5 Royal, because it's now on PlayStation Plus." So I grabbed that for free. And that was my first, like, levitating moment from a video game. And I dumped, like, 150 hours into that shit.
I like the later
Um,
titles. You sometimes meet the characters from other Tales games and they cross over into the universe. Oh, I see, I see.
you know, I'm gonna go ahead and say this. Can we get a ban?
I was like, I think I know what the silence is about. Yeah, I feel like a really stupid joke
Yeah,
is
no,
about to come
no.
on, and there it is. Alright.
Gastrin, can you ban that guy? Please and thank you.
Well, I could do it too. My finger's on the button. That's why I didn't respond to the message the first time, because I felt like something silly was coming. I also looked at the account since I'm actually free to like look at chat and I'm not playing a game, and the account was made 2 days ago, so yeah, that's a no.
It's not even that. When they said the same thing twice in a row,
I knew they were
was like,
trying to goat me into some stupid joke. That's
and
why
then I
I
went
didn't
and looked, and they had created their account 2 days ago, so I was
Yeah.
like, nope, banned.
Also not
But then
really a
after I
dragon, it's
finished
a
Persona 5
gargoyle, but-
Royal, I went immediately into Tales of Arise. So I was like on a JRPG like sprint and during that time.
Mods, invert his balls. That's what Iron Mouse would say. Mods, invert his balls. Well, thank you, Gastrin. I appreciate it. You gotta laugh sometimes, man. People will try anything. That's really like, what is it with people that really want to stick to like the oldest joke in the book? It's not funny anymore. I don't know if it was ever really funny the first time. You know?
Imagine coming to somebody's chat and be like, "Hey, do you have Ligma?"
Gosh, it's just.
Oh my god.
And you know, it's the fact that they got a new account as of 2 days ago probably just tells me that they go around doing this like serially to people, and maybe
Just
they've been
everywhere.
like, maybe their
Yeah.
account has been like banned or whatever, and so they've got to make a new one, and they continue doing this bullshit. It's like, damn, what the fuck is your problem? Get a new act. Anyway, I always fall for these. Oh no, Ellie. It's okay.
I was in the
I used
middle-
to fall for them as well, but now I've been hardened by life.
You know, like I don't usually like when I'm streaming. I usually like I'll look over at stream or the chat, and I'll immediately read like what I see. So like you already know it's something like probably that shouldn't be there. When I'm in the middle of hardcore yapping about the things I'm passionate about, and I just stop talking.
I know. Well, and I was almost like, should I just do it? You know? But then you went silent, and I was like, it's like the buffering sound was playing in my head. I'm like, we're thinking about it. I knew something stupid was coming.
It wasn't buffering. My protection mode turned on because this isn't just my stream.
Oh.
Like, Tater, hello. What's
Hi,
good?
Taylor. Welcome in. Velvet is battle hardened. I am. I mean, I've had worse said to me, actually, to my face. So that's why I can laugh at this now, because it's pretty
Velvet had
comical.
some pretty interesting people show up.
Yeah.
Who was the guy that just showed up and said boobs or something like that?
I don't
like, a long time
remember, but I told Purple this story. It makes me laugh. Like, it was a fucking Elden Ring stream, and it was a first-time chatter, and their first message was just Velvet big boob, and I was like, what does this caveman speak? I mean, like, what? Like, that's really your first thought upon entering stream, and you decided to share with the class. Damn. Instant ban.
Yeah.
Instant
Velvet is
ban,
a-
but it made me laugh, though. I still get a giggle to this day.
Like, Velvet is a girl with a really nice, attractive voice, too. So it's like, I think that potentially makes it worse.
Yeah, but they weren't even commenting on that. They were commenting on the model. And I just...
Right, but what I mean is like you outside of that one example where they said Velvet Big Boob, I think it's like you have received a lot of just unwanted commentary because one, you are a lady on the internet, and two, it's because you have a nice voice.
I don't know. Not everybody likes that. One time I was called a monkey, like really savagely. A brain dead monkey specifically. And I was like, oh, okay. You hate women, I see. Also instant ban.
Must have been a Counter-Strike player.
Yeah, it was pretty fucked up.
God, I'm telling you, man.
It was again like a
Counter-Strike-
first time chatter too, and I was like, that's a wild first time chat.
Counter-Strike people are like, they're not real.
Mm-mm. I'm sorry, I'm catching up a little bit. I'm currently playing Tales of Grace's F remake on Steam. Ooh, nice. Hey Jellal, did you hear about the Ligma disease? I heard there was a serial Ligma, or it was a serial D's nuts joke, and it was just not even good. It was not even good because you know what? I don't even have a dragon in the background. Fucking, you know, get educated. They're gargoyles. Anyway.
Like, it was also, they repeated themselves. They said,
because I didn't react the first
dragon?
time.
I know
They
that,
were
but it's
trying
like
to
that guy
bait me
who-
into it.
It's like that guy who wasn't invited to the party but shows up anyway, and he's like, "Hey, did you hear? Did you hear?"
And it's like nobody heard. Nobody wants to hear because we know a joke is coming. A silly joke.
Tater, you play Counter-Strike? Oh god.
I agree 100%. Thank you, Catherine. You have some really good outfits over the years too. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. It was super fucked up, but I can laugh about it now at least. But Tater, we hope you're having a good day. Welcome in. I'm sorry, that was a wild entrance, huh? We were talking shit about this about this first time chatter. It's always the first time chatters, like you have nothing better to do than that all night. Yeah, it really is. I mean, cause they say something really terrible right off the bat, so they never get past the first time chat because they're instantly banned. My boys play CS and we just make fun of the other guys in it. That's fair, it sounds like a good hobby. I only play when the boys are on.
I don't think I've had any crazy first time chatter.
Unban requests are funny too from time to time. Yeah, they are. I feel, I don't know if this is an honor or a privilege, but I have, I think, a couple funny ones. It's really funny because they do something, people do something totally egregious that get them banned in the first place, and then they come to your unban requests and they're like, oh my god, was it this thing I said? I'm so sorry, I promise I'll never do it again. Meanwhile, that was like their whole stick. Like, that was what they did all the time. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna trust that you're not gonna do it again, buddy. Like, what the fuck?
I remember I saw a video. There's a person who I used to watch their YouTube videos. They were an Apex creator, and they were a girl. Their name is Lulu Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a YouTube short or something. And they were like, "Hey, my friend, you know, got banned a couple of years ago." I was wondering if, like, he's like really sorry. He was wondering if he could get unbanned. And then they dropped the username, and she was like, okay, let's go see why he was banned. And so she goes into the thing and looks, and he was like, oh, here it is. Said user typed a message in German. Let's see what this German message says. And the German message was, can I smack my pee-pee on your forehead? And
That's
she was like,
terrible.
She was like, no, I think he's gonna stay banned. It was such a funny fucking video.
Oh my god, that's insane. That's insane. Oh my gosh. Some people, man. Hi, I'm a
telling you,
first time
man.
chatter and I think you are dumb. They're insane
Wow,
sometimes.
I got my first time chatter drama. Raid and started talking smack in German, thinking they could get away with it, but I know just enough German. And, oh no!
Oh my god, really? You know, on the topic
You
of
should-
German, like, I had in my first year a chatter that came by. And I mean, they weren't mean or anything, but they were definitely like, they always claimed that they were only fluent in German and they were coming to my streams to learn English. And at first I was like, okay, that's nice, that's cool. But and they would try to speak in English because I mean they said like I want to practice, and I was like, okay, cool. But then they would at some point like just fully revert to speaking in German. And I was like, you know, respectfully, we have to keep the chat in English because I don't speak German. None of my mods speak German. Like, we have to moderate, and we can't moderate if it's in a language none of us can understand. I mean, it's literally a TOS thing, right? Like, we have to make sure we moderate messages. And I would continuously ask this person to not speak in German, and they'd be like, oh, okay, of course, I'm sorry. And then they would continue to do it. And what really blew my mind is at some point they would pester me and be like, can you speak more German? And I was like, you literally
no.
came here saying that you were learning English from me. I told you I do not speak German. And then they would pester me to speak more German. And I'm like, I'm sorry, but you really gotta find a different chatter, a different streamer then. Like, and I think we did have to ban them at some point because it was just like, and I guess maybe it was a language barrier, which again, I understand, I respect, but you would tell them, please, English only, and they would just give me a whole paragraph of text in German. And even if I would go back like after stream and try and Google Translate the messages, and I just couldn't understand it. And if we can't understand it, then we can't moderate it. So it was just like, I don't know, it was a mess.
That's insane. Yeah.
You responded to them in German and they started apologizing really quick. Wow, you got him, Tater. That's an excellent comeback, honestly. Like when they think that you don't know, but then you do know, it's a good feeling. I remember this person. It was like my first year. It was very early on. And I, you know, again, I was very much not super comfortable with banning people at the beginning or setting boundaries like that. So I let it go on for probably longer than I should have. And they weren't somebody that came like every stream. It would maybe be once a week or something. So it's not like, you know, I mean, I let it keep going because it's not like it was super disruptive, but at some point it was just really annoying because we kept advising them like, I'm sorry, but you gotta speak in English. And then they wouldn't, and then they would ask me to speak in German, and I'm like, well, I certainly can't do that. Like, you've come to the wrong place then. Goodness. Velvet es una hermosa reina. Ah, muchas gracias. Muchas gracias, mi amigo. I called him a silly goose in German. As you should, as you should. I've been around too long. Me too, honestly, me too. One word Velvy and I kill them. Salvi, thank you. Oh my gosh. That's funny. I mean, again, like, nothing they said was, like, offensive, but it was just an issue of we cannot moderate, you know, in another language. Except I did take offense to them pestering me about speaking German when it's like, where on my channel does it say I speak German? You know? You gotta find someone else, really, respectfully. It was crazy. Yeah, I would like to hear it. Jellal, speak more Spanish. Por favor, mi amor. Mi corazón.
¿Dónde está el baño?
Alright, well, we'll give him that. I thought
That is a Spanish sentence.
I almost thought you were gonna go with ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? But then you went with bathroom. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, so I learned where is the bathroom, and I don't know why. Like I still like that is like the thing that stuck in my like. So when I lived in North Carolina many years ago, all of my neighbors were Hispanic, and we would go out and we would play with the kids, and the kids knew English. Parents did not. And so you know, and the parents, what they would welcome us in, and you know, their kids would have to translate for us and stuff like that, and they would give us these like, uh, it's like homemade like popsicles, but it was just like in a bag tied off and just in the freezer, and you would grab it and you would bite a hole in the corner, and then you would like suck on it that way. And I was like, man, I gotta use the bathroom. And the kid, I forgot the kid's name, but he was like, oh, you know, just go up to my mom and say, "Donde está Alabama?" And I was like, okay, cool, I can do that. And when I said that, she like had a big smile on her face, and she said something, but she pointed, so I just went where she pointed.
Oh, it is
And
an important one to know. It is.
That was like elementary school. I was in like the 5th grade, and I remember that now.
No hablo español.
And then when I went to Honduras, I learned brother and sister. They were like, if you guys ever need anything, because when it was a mission trip. So they were like, if you guys ever need anything, just yell, "Hermano!" and they will come running, and then you can just point at what you need, and then they'll help you.
That's
like, okay.
sweet.
So,
Gashrin, I'm not even sure what that means because I'm not super good with vocabulary. But I know there's a 3 in there.
something about tigers.
In a wheat field, 3 sad tigers ate wheat. Oh, it's like a tongue twister, right? I think I could say it.
El tigre.
You're not gonna attempt it? I want to hear you say it first, and then I say it.
No, I'm not. No. I'm not gonna embarrass myself today.
I'm not gonna give it away.
You know, Velvet told me she had a headache the other day in Spanish, and I understood it. And she was like, "Do you know what I was saying?" And I was like, "Yeah, go drink some fucking water."
Damn! Man, I thought I was gonna get around it. I can't have anything in this castle.
I was like, "Yeah, I know what you said. Go get some fucking water, bro."
Oh my god. Can't believe. Nothing bad. I never do that to you, Queen. No, I know. Although, back to the first time chatter combo, that's another common one where they come in and they try and get you to say a slur. That's terrible. And they try and be all sneaky by typing it out in a different way, and they're like, "Can you say this out loud?" And I'm just like, I wasn't born yesterday.
If anyone asks me to try and say something out loud, it's already gonna be something fucked up.
Exactly. Again, some people and their really, really tired, unfunny bits, man.
You know, I actually took French in high school, not Spanish.
Really? I don't think my school didn't offer French. We literally only offered Spanish and American Sign Language, which was really popular. A lot of people took sign language, which honestly, I wish you could kind of like take both, because it would be helpful to learn some sign language. I think that's a good skill to have, but you know, you've got only so many classes you could take, so people chose one or the other.
Je suis Jellal Alaric.
Parlez-vous
Hey Jellal, can you say this out loud? Yeah. Lick my balls.
Oh my god.
Vel is cool.
Yeah, the IZ is very important. Would have been funny if you said it in perfect Spanish. I don't think I can perfect my accent. It's en un trigal, tristes, tigres, tragaban, trigo. I don't think I said that very well, but I also have to say it slowly.
Trivago.
Oh my god. You took French too? Heck yeah. I know that's your name. Yeah.
Yeah, je suis is I am, or I think that means I am.
Oui, oui.
I just know. I know.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we is yes. We is a joke from cartoons.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
Just we.
Well.
You just said yes.
Yes. I did my best. I did my best.
Yeah, I know. I in French is je, which is je. Je suis. I am. Je m'appelle. I don't remember what m'appelle means, but I do know the word. Anyway, I think that's where I'm gonna end it.
Yeah. Well, can I just say a huge congratulations to the Jellal for doing a 3-hour just yapping stream. Yay! Give him a round of applause.
Huh.
Is this your first?
Yeah, for sure.
Ah, yes. He is a baby. Give him time.
Every time I've tried to do just a legit just chatting segment, it literally is like 20 minutes max.
Well, I think
Thank
you did
you for
amazing.
the biddies.
I think you did amazing, and I'm proud.
I appreciate it. I'm kind of tired now.
Yeah, now you know. Sometimes I do this, and then I come to you after stream, and I'm all yapped out. Then I'm like, yes, go ahead, tell me your stories, because I cannot go on any longer.
Go on without me. I can't go any longer.
Well, we promise that tomorrow we'll be back at 8 o'clock Eastern Time with an episode of Split Fiction, for sure, for realsies, right?
It kind of depends on how well my Apex grind goes tomorrow, because new split.
What do you mean?
Just kidding. It's a joke of like if I end up losing a bunch of RP, I might just end it all. I'll just go find a bridge.
I don't like that. Yashrin, thank you for the bits. I've lost my last 10. Have you seen them? Oh no! Well,
yeah,
I'll be back
we'll be
tomorrow at
back
8
tomorrow.
doing something. I need to do
Yeah, we'll be
something
back
to
tomorrow.
pass the time because Nikki's gonna be under maintenance tomorrow, so I can't play. Womp womp.
Even if it's just another yap session tomorrow, we'll be back.
Yeah, and then I personally will be back again on Thursday, 8 o'clock Eastern Time, to celebrate my affiliate anniversary. And like I've been teasing, I've got a couple of surprises up my sleeve. At least 2. I've pretty much already said it. One of them is new background, and the other one is another surprise. So yeah, stay tuned. Stay tuned, or tune in for a big surprise reveal on Thursday. So when are they gonna see you next?
Tomorrow.
Oh, that's fair.
I'm streaming every day this month.
Wee! No. Yippee! I can't do it
I'll
like
be yippee! I'll be back tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Be playing the new Apex Split update. Lots of changes, more ranked grind. So yeah, that's what I'm doing tomorrow.
I loved
then
to stream
Split Fiction.
tonight. It was educational. Thank you. Thank you guys for hanging with us while we yapped about various things. Thanks for the stream and have a great night. Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
I do believe I'll also be streaming every day next month as well. So I think I'm gonna be streaming every day for like 60 straight days. But
wow. Well,
I haven't like fully committed to the April thing yet. But that is probably gonna happen because it looks like I'm gonna be out of work for at least another month. I've actually been
understandable.
applying for stay-at-home jobs.
It was nice to see you
too,
guys.
Ilaria.
Yes, it was nice to see you, Ellie. I hope you have a great rest of your night or day. Well, as I usually do at the end of my streams, here are my socials. You can find me on these other platforms, Twitter and Blue Sky, for stream updates, reminders, announcements, other Velvet shenanigans, the occasional art or MMD video, you know, and such. The YouTube VOD channel is, I believe, fully caught up on streams, and particularly there's a playlist of our first 3 episodes of Split Fiction if you'd like to go back and see as before we continue the journey. And then of course I have a Discord server where you can chat with me and the rest of the community offline and share stuff, and I post my schedules there first on Sundays usually, hopefully, if I am prepared enough, so you'll get to see what we're doing before anybody else. What about you? What would you like to say?
really not much. I'll be back again tomorrow. Friday is actually kind of a question mark. Just because I am getting those shots. They said I will be dizzy for a little while, but I'm getting the shots like in the morning, so maybe I'll be good to go in the evening/afternoon. And then starting next week, I'm gonna be doing physical therapy 3 times a week, to try and take advantage of the injections. So, Friday's kind of a question mark, but I will most likely at least do a short stream. Also, Thursday is the new Pokemon TCG Pocket like update with the new cards and ranked in that as well. So if I do stream on Friday, it'll most likely be ranked TCG Pocket, because you know I gotta be the very best that no one ever was. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. I do have a raid target.
Okay.
There's not a ton of people actually on, so I'm actually down to just not raid today.
Okay.
So I think I'm not gonna raid today, but that's all I gotta say. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us. I know we didn't play the game that we said we were going to, but I had a good time. Just
Sometimes it's nice to deviate from the schedule. I mean, I put schedules out really as a suggestion, or at least a timeline of the days and the times that I hope to be live. But the activity is always up to changing. Which I'm fine with, because there's sometimes that I make a schedule like on a weekend and then the day comes and I'm like, man, you know, I don't actually feel like doing this thing. So
yeah, no, that's why I haven't put out anything schedule wise this entire month, just because like,
but I
with
think
me streaming every day, it's like I might change my mind.
I know that some people do like at least seeing a structure of like when can I find this person, you know? So for the sake of that, I'd at least put them out so people know they can see me on these days at this time. And you guys have seen lately, I just put sometimes that I'm gonna be yapping and playing games, and I don't specify a day. I mean, I don't specify an activity on that day. So
Not a day. I'm gonna be playing games and yapping, but you have to find out when.
surprise!
Well, I haven't even done that.
Velvet
Like,
thinks she
because
plays games. Man, I do my
like,
best.
I'm streaming every day, but I don't put out even like a time, because like some days like I didn't sleep well, so I'm sleeping a bit later, or some days I slept too well, so I'm awake really early.
Ellie, thank you! Wait, let me zoom out real quick, actually. This is my full Suika model edit. I got my bat tattoo on the legs. And my one sock. Thank you so much. I'm really excited. I have gotten some inspiration for some further edits. It might take me some time. I want to tweak her a bit more even. I've seen a lot of people do some really cool customizations, and it's been really inspiring that I could kind of get her even closer to what I would like her to look like. So yeah, we might see some model updates in the future. And of course, I've also got some alt outfit ideas, because there's lots of clothing options with this model. So there's lots of room for me to play around with stuff. So I'm really excited. It's just... editing the model is very time consuming, and figuring out how to use stuff, so it'll take me some time. I actually wanted to have something done for this Thursday, but I just wasn't able to get it done in time, so I'll just work on it when I can, and then one of these days I'm just gonna be like, hey guys, a new update, or hey guys, new outfit. So yeah,
I think you have plenty to show off on Thursday anyway.
yeah, I think so too. It's kind of like leftover stuff that I would have wanted to have done for the anniversary stream, but I was waiting on some things like commission to be done. So yeah, but I still think it's a pretty cool surprise for the affiliate anniversary. Yeah, I'm gonna keep cooking, so stay tuned. She's so pretty, thank you. Alright, well,
Alright guys, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with us.
yeah, we hope you have a great rest of your night. Don't forget to eat and hydrate and take care of yourselves, okay?
Love you guys, have a great night.
Bye, have a good night.
Bye.